pause, folks. Game pause. Someone. We're gonna reset the lobby here. Someone. Whoa! That is horrible. Do it again.
What's up, man?
Just gonna get the lobby reset.
What the fuck? How long my mic been muted,
We'll
man?
get back into this S&D as soon as we possibly can.
I don't even know.
All right.
I look at it. It's just, it's guaranteed. Well, actually, that's, well, talk about things that are easy to do. If you're having the knife holding, that's unstoppable.
Play sound with a very quick listen in.
Last one, missing Zach, missing Zach. Missing Zach.
It's Protocol Surge. I'm thinking like a, I feel like a nasty more might be a lot. You're right.
Can't win it on the points.
Nasty or a Booza. And then I want to go Cramp, of course.
Dog kid.
One tractor for sure, okay? Oh, above, one shot! Heard you. Above, dead! Nice.
Alright. They both need 7. Let's go. A Booza and Cramp. Cramp needs 8.
Nice.
More square, drop on bomb.
Give me a sec. One shot dead. Nice.
Alright.
Last guy broken.
Branding. I'm gonna hop.
He's still broken, still broken.
Broken weak on you guys.
Nice.
Is everyone
Go A. Yo, next time go A, guys.
Yeah, they're gonna get whopping there.
Yeah, nah, this is insane.
The 2025 Cloud9 New York Team Pack is available right now. Each pack includes home and away operators, as well as this kitty weapon charm to keep you company while the competition gets smoked. Next time you boot up, suit up at the in-game shop.
It is map 5 time. Yeah, last time they played the qualifier for what's qualifier 2 goes to a map 5, goes to a proto. Surge win it 6-1. We'll see if it'll be similar this time around. But look at the overall map 5 metrics for these squads.
No, I said
6 and 4
that was
for
probably my
Surge,
last
3
one.
and 5 for Cloud9.
Yeah,
Cloud9
because
won
then
a couple in a row though. Well, most recently
Sprazzy was trying to get me.
It was uglier. They were 1 and 5.
Saying on, he's like, nah, he's got an hour and 10 minutes left.
Yeah,
like,
just
nah.
got to that game 5, but a different opponent here for Surge. But it feels like, I mean, yeah, this team very much susceptible to a match loss with the way they're playing today.
So what were did you jot down, like, what were their overall records on Proto Surge?
4 and 2 for Cloud9, 5 and 4 for Surge.
Okay.
In this stage, you haven't played it if you're Surge.
Okay.
We're 0 and 1 right now in stage 3. If you're RC9.
All right. Take a look at the overall ranks this season in Protocol Surge. As we get ready to get into the map 5. Surge not as desperate need of 10 points. I mean, you'll take whatever points you can earn. You're thinking about overall seeding, but it is Cloud9 that really could use them if you're talking the long game. And talk about qualifying for champs. Somebody like Itachi on the outside looking in recently. Think about the Legion team. Maybe this Cloud9 team. Guys had some historic runs and plays at champs. Want to get back there. You need every point you can get.
And that is, I mean, yeah. Sib's going for the gunfight. Well, Tremp's going to find the timing, though. He's able to just get on through. You had a 4 versus 2, and we saw this in the first map where numbers advantage was over to Surge, but they would still lose the round.
Yeah, they got 2v4'd once in that. I think almost 2v4'd another time. And, well, we'll see what happens this time. 2 versus 2, though, into the post plant. Detach, looking to sync up with his teammate, Abuza and Nasty. Likely have AR, so looking to get a pick. Eric's gonna send it on in. Problem.
Cramp for 3.
When you have the AR in hand and Crip sitting here with a sub, gonna be so hard to do. Crip now working on the ace. And, oh, for a second, like, how is that gonna turn out? Looked a little bit awkward, but you had the numbers. You win the 2 versus 1, and Crip, I think, ends up with 3.
And I think the big thing there in that 2 versus 2, right, when you're trying to, in this bomb side, is just the question of where's the push coming from? So Attach is worried about the zip. As soon as he crosses the zip, he's able to spot both of them, bait door. But yeah, he's just able to get through bait door Cramp right here, and then turns it into 2 versus 2. Knows the bomb is wide open, finds the 3rd in the round.
They're both just in there staring at the same thing. Just, I don't know, confirming bombs there.
I mean, I assume they just don't think he'd go bait door, right? They shut down Zib, and I would have to see a couple of seconds before that to how Cramp got there.
Another 2v4 in this best of 5 for Cloud9. He's trying to brush that one off. So 4 playing for space out mid.
Watch Cramp.
He's gonna find it again. Cramp, this time the first blood, but dissecting this Surge team. We'll see if first blood matter, because this one's gonna disappear as well as a 4 brings it even.
Yeah, well, Bolty just leave openings, right? And, I mean, you saw Nasty had an idea that he could have been there, just the problem is he's got a sub. He's gonna catch you off guard. Nice shots by Sid to take down 04. That's what they were looking for. The headshot hits for Cramp, so we're doing another 2 versus 2.
Or hits, yeah, his
Hits
head
Cramp,
off, yeah. He's the head coming off. Sib, looking like 1 versus 1. Pre-fired. Ooh, it is close to being a 1v2 for Sib, but Abuza wins it.
Gun just gets away, I think, in the middle of the jump shot, right? Just a little shaky in that. Nabuza, yeah, just able to connect. Little pre-fire, you're worried about ammo. But able to hit the final shot.
Yeah, and he's just pre-firing, hitting center of chest. It looked so good from Sib's POV at first, but even cleaner there from Abuza. And you needed that. I mean, you just had 2v4, and you don't want a 1v2 to happen. And I mean, your mental maybe starts falling apart. Granted, yeah, I think it's pretty strong for the Surge team with a coach like Ray, making a finals run. Like, mental game for these guys just got to be getting stronger and stronger, but there's limits to it sometimes in an online match, I'm sure. Oh, Kremp has been the early round Reaper.
Go for this again. Say, I'm not stunned this time, so I'm just going to take the gunfight.
That's crazy. Sib looked a lot like Kremp. Now to Kremp.
I knew who we were watching.
Thank you. I was just looking at the camera, and I was like, he's been getting a lot of first blood, so let's focus on him.
Well, this time he died. This time he died first. Did you get the bomb down? And we know it can be tough to retake this. The problem is, though, you just don't have a lot of room to work with.
Good
you
thing
see on the other side of the map, 04 to Abuza already there, so you're just getting choked out if you are Mac. And the rest of the team suffocated, no room to work with. Great plays there from Surge.
Beautiful from Surge, as they will go up and, well, really,
yeah, it was.
Kind of what separated them from the
but
pack.
also, like,
Nasty
and Surge,
at least early on was just,
I feel like his team
the B
just
play
watch his
offensively or defensively. They can be
goes
so strong.
Top, and then you watch his pinch. In dealership, he would just go in the mid
as
window
a cohesive
and hold
unit
mid
to bring it back
all around and not move. Like,
get that retake, get the defuse, and get ahead in the round count.
Yeah, it's one of those plays where I think if you're Kremp, I mean, you've just kind of found some timings, but it feels like he kind of gets lost there, sidewalk, right? Because bomb's going down. It feels like he doesn't have to peek that. And then if it's a 4 versus 4, it's just so tough to retake B.
No, it really is. Neptune just hit his stun, spot for info, eventually zipping on up. A 4 has gotten through, but they're backing up and playing the read.
You saw it.
Yep,
okay, just saw the barrel Sib.
Got to rethink the angle here, or he just gives the info to Abuza. Leads to Abuza winning a fight, and this is what I was kind of talking about. They're so good at attacking B. And here, doing a great job.
It's all info plays, right? Starts with Neptune. He throws his stun. As soon as they feel contact or pressure A side, and zip up, we're going towards B.
Kremp, this time actually Kremp. Just getting away. And I was worried about full damage, but he's good. Back to full. Back to the 1v3. Trying to crawl across, but not going to find the opening there. And I mean, that's near impossible to 1v3. We saw a lot of 1v3s, but on B, no. Dude, yeah.
Unless they intentionally jump off the map.
Yeah, someone's got to do something real stupid.
No, but yeah, just great plays there. And then 04, just the timing works out, right? Because there's a, I mean, millisecond difference where maybe Sib gets behind the gun. He doesn't get spotted. Maybe it's a first blood. It's a little bit tougher to win that round and work that site, but instead he spots him.
Why does my shit just keep randomly muting, bro?
It's good stuff there from Surge.
3-1. Yeah, I mean, some maps you're able to play straight up, like watch every angle, and it's kind of what happens after the first blood. This is just, where are people when the first blood comes? Like, you can't watch everything. There's going to be timings where people get through. Trying to deal with all that, and then maybe bounce back and around. But Surge slowly start to pull away in this one.
Just setting up Neptune, but yeah, they're going to check this corner. Max seen that spot, so you lock down A. You kind of set up Neptune there to get a freebie. Instead, it's going to be a bomb plant, but Abuza out of the car just takes down Mac. And Nasty finds the second. Okay, so you get the first blood, you get bomb planted. It may not matter.
Oh, up a second. 1 versus 1 now. Sib, maybe for the 1 versus 3. Nasty's just going to hit it, knows he's weak, pushes it out. Don't let him clutch up. And it's 4-1 now to Surge.
I need C9 to win these rounds. Abuza needs 2. Crimp still needs
I told
4.
you, dude. Surge, you're better than me this map. Told you.
I mean, I believe you. I know it.
I mean, C9 had that round. Bomb down with numbers.
That was funny though. I can't remember who was having a combo in the green room. They were just like going off about like Cloud9's protocol. I was like, I don't know. It's pretty good, but Surge is way better. Some close rounds though. Obviously, maybe a chance to pull off a 1v3 there for Sib. But right now, I mean, your only round was what, the 2 versus 4. I mean, it should be 5-0. And remember when I think that was a Sunday I worked and you didn't or whatever. I told you, I was like, dude, it was bad. Like they blew them out. It's looking like that again. Like, this might be a quick one. Oh, well, we were on a forced POV for a second as he was holding it, and that's going to be a first blood 404.
Really, all you've relied on is like some timings from Kremp, and since the first couple of rounds, he just hasn't found any. And Surge are dominating.
Absolutely dominating. Last guy up is Attach. Last guy is no one because they're all dead. Surge now up 5-1. And just in cruise control here on the Protocol Search and Destroy. And yeah, this series feels a whole hell of a lot like the last time they played. A battle until it wasn't.
Yeah, you and I were just chatting. Like, I mean, next week, Major, I don't know who we have.
No,
Like,
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
No,
just like everyone's shown some, I don't know, slip-ups, but like...
I could have a long convo about this because like I feel like it's insane not to pick FaZe because they've won 3 events in a row. They haven't lost on LAN in 6 months or something. But like, I don't know. I don't feel good about that at all.
Yeah. It feels like maybe like Ultra Thieves. I guess you throw a Surge in there because they're 4-1, but again, they've had 2 close series.
We'll see. FaZe still have 2 series to play. What? Vegas and Opticus, we'll see how they look in the final 2, but it hasn't looked great for the first 3. It's an interesting one, though. I'm excited for it, because sometimes it's like so straightforward.
No, it
like,
feels
I feel like we deserve a banger after last major, which we haven't.
No, we do. We do.
Oh, a first
That was
blood.
Thieves and Ultra fault, though. They both lost in winners round 1, and they just fried the losers bracket.
Yeah, so take back your prediction of those 2 being the top, because
Yeah.
they fried our whole tournament. Okay, well, you got a first blood. Mac did, and from that point forward, you find nothing. Neptune's doing 360s. It goes to 5. The last time they play, it was a 6-1 on Proto Search. It goes to 5 this time when they play. It's a 6-1 Proto Search. Vancouver Surge dominated there against, a team that statistically is pretty solid. Like, they're 4-2 in the year. They've like 6-0 people on it. 2 of their 3 losses, though, are 6-1 losses to Surge. So there are levels to this. And Surge are a level above when it comes to Protocol Search.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Surge's record now is only 6-4, but some of those losses are to FaZe. Like, so.
Yeah. No, they are good. That's what's interesting too. We talk a lot about like, overall map record, but it's interesting sometimes with like the top teams. They're making runs, and your losses are just to like the other giants. Sib had enough. He was out of there early, apparently. Obviously, he had a solid series.
Yeah, I'm not even hitting it.
What
the
but
fuck?
I'm sure he's frustrated because he was shooting in that one, and they fall short again to this Surge roster. And Cloud9, I mean, you showed signs of life, but
Yeah, 1 round away from 3-0 in this.
What are we doing while we wait
yeah.
for the next series?
And on the other side for Surge, I think you did. You're not playing your best COD. From what we've seen.
that's all feels really strong.
Well, I think
Okay, so many memes, mostly for like the Demon phase. Like, just because they were in the final. And it's, I don't know. Maybe not throwing up did that, but it doesn't feel good.
Okay.
Throwing up doesn't feel good.
Yeah, next. Exactly. Back to the desk.
What are you guys talking about?
Don't worry about us.
I don't know.
Worry about yourself.
I'm worried about
To game 5. None of us saw that coming, but did we see the result? Yes. Vancouver gets it done. Honestly, I first heard a rumor that we were going to dealership for game 5. I believed that rumor. I had excitement in my body. Then I realized we were actually playing Protocol, and I was like, oh, this one's locked up for Vancouver.
Vancouver is in dealership too. So the result might have been incredibly similar should we have gotten it anyway. But this game 5 was just rough from the side of C9. Nothing creative out of them. They played it incredibly one-dimensional, and they felt the need for it. I don't know how many times we can go to B until we realize it's not working.
Well, they tried it like so many times. Like 1 round, you have Crimp pushing all through, just dies guy's by himself. There's no trade inside.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, Max just in hell. Like, he's near the bomb. He's getting pushed by a couple of people. This was like 3 different rounds they tried doing that. And like, you got Sib at the chopper, guys. Just stay alive, finesse time, and went from there. Yeah, I mean, you're just getting dipped on this map. Surge, they love it. Continuously will go back to it. You give them the opportunity to. And, you know, if you're C9, you pay the price here, which is so unfortunate because Sib just had a legacy series.
Lamar, this game has been out for a while. Protocol Search has been in it since the beginning. As the coach, I'm holding you accountable to get C9 on the same page. There's 2 bomb sites, buddy. Find the other one.
And the other one is diabolical.
Let's split the difference here. But yeah, I mean, I'm just going to keep going back to it. Sib's a shooter, man. They got to figure something out. I still think they need to make a roster change.
Krebs not happy. You saw the emotion from the players at the end. There's frustration felt by the players. But on the other side, there's joy. The Pitbull is smiling right now. He joins us live. What is up, 04? How we doing?
Good, bro. Good. Decided to get a win, bro. I ain't gonna lie. They made us work for that.
Yeah, why'd you scare us like that? We all were thinking we had the wrong prediction after map 3.
You know, man, just try to get some extra maps in. Honestly, to be honest, the map 1 was just, I mean, we drove. We was guaranteed map 2, and we was trying out map 3, the Hossie, trying to get in our map pool. So
Yeah. That's what I was going to pick your brain about. Is kind of you guys sitting 2-2 on the year. Typically, you veto it more than half of the time, trying to test out in this series. Why do you think you guys struggle in Hacienda so much? Because I almost feel like it should fit your play style.
yeah, for sure. I think it just comes down to teamwork.
Yeah.
To be honest, in our comms, but we're just improving on that every day. So we're gonna get it.
You know, 04, you guys have just been progressing throughout the season, continuously getting better and better. And you're able to beat the top teams. But in the finals, we've seen it in the minor, we've seen it at major now. What's the edge you think you need? Like, where's the breakthrough need to happen?
Just our map pool. Because honestly, when we played FaZe, I think our map pool was kind of similar, and we didn't have an edge on Skyline. We didn't play it. So I think just improving our map pool, our teamwork, and yeah, that's about it.
Sounds good.
You guys finished 4-1. Congrats on the win tonight, 04.
Thank you, boss. Thank you.
5 matches, they done. It's got to feel good. If you're a Vancouver fan, you're like, we are guaranteed top 4. Cannot drop out of there. And we are going to have more fun moving forward. Let's take a look at where we're at, Allie, because you look down below, 4 other teams are sitting at that 3-1. Some of them in action today, including Miami Heretics coming up soon.
Yeah, Miami Heretics is in a great spot right now because obviously they're heading to their home major, so they're going to want to try and jump maybe Boston Breeze. They might be tough looking at that LA Thieves there, but heading into the major looks really close, which is ironic because our standings on the season don't look remotely similar.
In the firing range, anytime you take a shot, I go into like third person.
It's looking more and more possible to get a top 8 spot with a 2-3 record. It's going to get weird between now and the end of Sunday when we come back. Heretics taking on Kenny's new lineup. It's Minnesota Rockets.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty.
Weapons and gear. We're holding for deployment.
The Arcade Wiz Chaser Pack is available now. Take the map in retro glory with the Star Player Operator. Excellent and more. Esports World Cup. Partners for Call of Duty League.
Playtime's over. Stand by for deployment to the war zone.
Setting waypoint.
Resurgence.
Look at all the fireworks.
Redeploy. Eliminate charges. Bring it back fast. Target drop point being deployed.
It's
moment. It's our legacy. One city, one stage, one champion. The battle starts now.
Enemy UAV is online. Enemy UAV overhead. Stand to you. Stay sharp. We lost that. W next time.
Unforgettable.
Back out, back out.
Darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too.
The 2025 Miami Heretics Team Pack is available now. Each pack includes home and away operators, as well as this spray. Vamos, 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 vamos! Next time you boot up, suit up at the in-game shop.
Let's go.
Comes up from the backside of Palace wall, plus the delayed hit from Escriel.
Use this time for some target practice. The real thing's coming soon. Enemy dropping into the AO.
Party continues with just 7 matches to go before we head to Boca Raton. It's Miami Heretics, the home Major 3. Will they be able to showcase their skill in the winner's bracket? It's looking likely, Allie.
Miami's been looking unreal, mainly in the fact that they did not only get better in one game mode they were struggling in control, they also got better in search and destroy. We're talking bottom 4 of the league, jumping up to like top 5, top 4, number 1.
It's going to be fun.
They're good at search.
Are they the best? Is Super the best player in the game? We'll have to find out. On the other side, we have a Minnesota squad that, if you're looking at the standings, they are the team on the bubble. Outside of champs currently, looking in. How far behind? 3-match victories. That's 30 points. A win against Miami today brings you within 20.
Look, it's been really awkward for Minnesota Rocker, right? Because you talk about series, they're 1-3 right now, but if you get into the numbers, the hard points they have lost to Cloud9 Carolina were within 10 points. Their search and destroys that they lost were literally round 10, round 11. So they've been right there. We were talking about the pre-show with Ann. They just need a closer. They need somebody to add like a rock to this system when it comes to the later half of the game.
But this isn't a new problem, man. We are going into Major 3, and this was the story week 2 of Major 1.
Yeah, they just look better doing it now, right? But yes, they were losing a lot of game 5s before as well. You know, with these guys, Estrio lately hasn't been the same, especially in search and destroy. I mean, he's got 0.6 in the game mode throughout this split. He's going to have to improve there, also in the control. But yeah, with these guys, I really have no huge quarrel with how they've been playing. Like, the hard point's been solid, control's been good. It's just the game 5s. Like, even the game 2 searches have been pretty solid. It's just the game 5s. You're 1-3 in that.
I feel like Kenny and I are on the same sleep schedule. The man was yawning, stretching. Vibe check not passed yet. On the other side of this matchup, Miami is always hungry. These guys wake up at 11 a.m. They have their banana smoothie. They take the stage in the facility, and they are ready to game. 3-2 against the Falcons. 3-1 against Falcons. 3-1 against Atlanta. Face the most impressive, but they ran out of gas against Toronto.
If you look at this split, you'd be like, this is a gauntlet split, right? Yeah. And they have done incredibly well. I mean, Ali was talking about their jump in search and destroy. I mean, they're 5-0 in the game mode. Now, given that's across 2 maps, Dealership and Hasi, that terrifies you going into the veto process, right? If you have an auto veto, it's going to be tough if you have to play either of those maps against them. And then in Hardpoint, I mean, they've been good on the season.
Only 25 remain. safe zone. Gas is inbound. Stay alive so your squad can redeploy. Hostile UAV in the area. Primary objective complete. All targets eliminated.
Hello? Oh, I couldn't mantle. My guy's just fat.
Friendly loadout drops on the way.
Bottom floor.
Got armor here.
Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy
Teammates in the
UAV
window.
is online. Enemy movement. Target down. Marking the rest.
His teammate's gotta be there. Cracked one top. We're pretty close. 2 out of 3 bars on me. Alright, I don't see him. He's gonna.
All squad mates are in the safe zone. Gas is closing in.
There's still one to the left on the stairs. Oh, cracked. On the stairs on me. On one.
Okay, practice is over.
Located the rest of them. You've made it to the top 10.
Should be one more on us. Did you kill the other guy? There's one down here on us. I'm so scared.
Fire sale is active. Buy station prices are adjusted.
I think, no, I don't know. There's 2 people left.
Resurgence window is about to close. Still operational in the AO. The enemy lost track of you. Good work down there. Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your tac map. Get hunting. Your squad's in the safe zone. Gas is moving.
Get yourself up now.
There's still the team under us.
Hostile UAV in the area.
They're on me.
Enemies are dropping in. What do you guys?
Crack, sorry, not down.
Fire sales done. Prices are back to normal. Enemy UAV overhead.
Guys got cracked one. Gimmy's got no shit.
Guys, resurgence is no longer active. Extra key.
Gimme some.
4 remaining. 3 squads left in the war zone. Stay alert.
Spring mine. Eyes on enemy mine.
There's only 2 other people left.
Enemy UAV is online.
Moving here.
There's only 2 other people left. Top close building.
Your squad made it to the safe zone.
Down one up there.
Moving.
He's self-res. Self-res cracked again. Pull down. The other guy's top their building, like mid-building. So he's got no self on. Yeah, you see him behind the box. The other guy's on the top building. Yeah.
Only 5 remain. You were close. Hit a part that time. Stop yourself off, regroup, and get back out there.
Oh shit, map's been going on.
Vale, me estoy viendo. Vale, no, el siguiente es uno, falta uno. Eso es el siguiente. Sí, jolete más falta. No, el siguiente. Es solo uno siguiente, eso es solo real. Pues está el siguiente esquineado. Escucha, voy de frente, hace como un. Vas a tomarnos tiempo, vas a. Sí, estoy yendo por el lobby, sí. Yo por arriba. Vale, vais con vosotros. Gasto con la derecha. Sí, pega piña yo. ¿Quieres caracol meta? No, quiero pillar fondo, vas a echar la izquierda, la un segundo, ¿cuánto más sacas fondo? Fondo derecha si quieres, Fondo 1 y otro punto. Vale. Ha nacido in.
Senor Study, your Spanish is much better than mine. How's the listening?
It was good, man. It just came down to like the very end of that listening where Rencor yells in Spanish, obviously, that everyone has died. But then by the time Riel, when he's rotating over towards P2, and then he gets shot in the back from Estriel, una falta, that means they were missing one, and Estriel made such a big play winning that second gunfight through the front door to allow his team to dominate this entire P2, and Minnesota are right back in it. It was so tough because you're looking for one guy, and the one guy made the big time play.
Big time play and big time for the Rocker Boys. Now full control of the hardpoint goes towards the Heretics, and we have a counterattack on our hands.
We're playing
And
good.
Estriel starting to make moves. This is a good look for the Heretics to get back into this one, but you're not giving up any space right now. Through the back line, we now send it, Rocker. Estriel through the front. Contest is on. And they've got the numbers here to break this, but they don't have the pinches. There's a massive opportunity for Real to find some damage here, and he's going to get it. Again, Kenny from behind. What a win, Ken! He started to turn it around as well. So this hard point is still in the hands of Heretics.
Yeah, but thankfully Real was able to draw the attention of multiple players there to have them weak, and then Rancor flies on in to find the last 3. So this potential 20 is going to go their way. Minnesota going to cut their losses early and think about that rotation, but already dropping off the rotation is not ideal. Now you're going to spawn all the way over towards well. You're going to be late over towards new. You're going to need a break again here at the Money Hill.
Oh, big time Money Hill. Oh, nice one there from Nero. Doesn't let it happen. So here we go. Rocker with the hard point in their hands. Can they hold it? Heretics now are making their way across map. Another pitch from Real. Another wild spawn. Errant this time, but he has been identified. A red dot on the minimap, and he has got the kill. Now the 2 remaining members of Rocker there on time. Super's in. Here's the contest. Kill number 1. Oh, nearly on the second, but the trade's going to be there. Rocker reinforcements are here on the doorstep immediately, and the battle continues. No one's still able to get the contest over. It is non-stop, and it is Real. It is Estriel, and it is Nero in the feed. Super with 2. What a bang out.
Oh my God, it's just trade after trade. An absolute pinstripe kill feed. Minnesota last team standing, but still, the pressure is already in your face. Miami trying to rally everyone from Lambeau's side, and Kenny with the SMG is able to line up 3. So Rocker take the lead again. Final 10 seconds are going to go their way. As they're going into the 3rd set of these hard points, Miles.
P4. Oh, what a start to this one, boys and girls. Can we get 2 out of here for Ken? No, we can't. Rancor, massive win. Couple of love taps there to his boys. Lead for Rocker. Estriel getting into the fight. Here we go. This could be a big set of cleanup kills for Real. Good moves. And even better, Gunny. That is unbelievable. Hard point in the hands of Heretics once again.
Yeah, that's insane. The fact that Real's able to finesse in that engagement of what line up 2, and now Miami take the lead by a slim margin. They're still dominating the kill feed, and now they're going to start to flip those spawns. If you are Minnesota, more specifically Estriel, you have to try to make another big time play on this side of the map.
He's making it happen. On the move. Another. Beautiful shots into the second. Geo picks up. Here we go. Hard point. Rocker. Heretics on the quick counter attack. Trying to maintain the P2 spawns as well. 20 seconds to go before that is a factor. But for now, you're still trying to battle for mid and get this scrap time. Rancor on the spawn out.
Rancor spawns all the way across the map. So if you're Minnesota, you want to try to at least work your way through the front side, and Estriel's in the same position to make that same exact play. The only difference is Miami have 2 players off the rotation, effective on the trade. Spawns have been secured, but Minnesota contesting from well.
And now you got a little bit of intel on the backline. Super trying to stay alive here. Gets this done onto Nero. And what a run from Mel's. This is another massive Heretics pinch. It could cut the whole map out here. This could be game. Mel's might call it. Final man gone. The Heretics slam.
What did he take there?
The spawns are still there as well. The game will be won here. You must commit to this, Rocker.
Yeah, good thing for Rockers that they get those close spawns. They're not going to waste a lot of time to still get back into the play, but they got to get past the pre-aims of the super duper sub that just came into the lineup. Welcome to the squad. Big time players making big time plays, and with that 3, you can still win it here at P2.
We thought it was Metals, and we thought wrong. Super, what a moment. Through the front now, Rocker trying to get it. Again, you've got to get some time out of this. You've got to contest. You've got to cause a problem. There is a single opportunity to do so, and under a freaking hail of Heretics gunfire, no one is getting close. No one is even going to get a lick of that time. Miami Heretics, what a fantastic hard point to start the series.
Oh man, what a hard point from Miami. We're talking about dominating a majority of the rotations. Obviously, Sling was treated them very well in that map number 1 after the slow start from Rocker. But without those insane breaks and all those mixing moments at the P4, Rocker would have got blown out there. Like, you can't have slow starts out of your ARs. Your SMGs really couldn't find any consistency in their game. And then when you're not winning or putting a lot of focus off the rotations, especially on a map like Hacienda, you're consistently playing from the back foot. Miami Heretics always on the front end, take the power spots, set up their ARs. Everyone is basically positive. That's an easy hard point there for Miami.
Real good on there, man. Again, I was impressed by the comeback we saw from Rocker during the Miami Heretics listening. That was a very, very nice turn for them, and a good sign of life again for a team like Heretics who are on Hacienda. Very, very competent team. Very, very good at what they're doing here. But they certainly pushed them a bit, Jay. But what were some of the real deciding moments for you, man? I mean, the P2s were obviously very, very strong. The rock hard points were bang out, start to finish, man. Really impressive stuff. But again, anything for you that was really decisive there?
I love how Miami is set up around their P1s. We're talking about how usually they are so chaotic. It's dead center of the map, so many lanes you need to watch, but they're able to micromanage that so damn well to where they're realizing, okay, we're dominating top hallway, we have rock control, they have to try to overextend and try to put these spawns through well side, so let's just put someone there. And as long as we're dominating the kill feed, we're staying alive on the proper side of the map. It's going to make our rotations a whole lot easier towards the Bunny Hill at P2. The only opportunity that Minnesota made this somewhat of a game is when Estrio made that
really
individual play at that Money Hill over towards Lambo. If that doesn't happen, they don't breach 100 points. Miami was just so good when you talk about the power position domination and the slaying. Everything was just clicking right there for Miami.
The front end, and again, the
then they would have like somebody else
go
bottom view and then sit in the corners on their
spawns up,
P2 side,
picks
like
up an
mid.
insane set of kills.
And once they got info on a guy top, they would just like
gunfights. He only fights
just
one
climb up
player at a time, get his position, give those angles.
So like they're getting time and delaying Minnesota off spawn. And then if once they get the right time and the person through well can just
going into there,
block,
just
get
starting
the
this
last
off
two
strong.
and then spawn all of them out.
Rocker are a squad they cannot take
It
lightly.
was perfect.
And this team, ever since,
No,
I mean, Renko has been a fantastic addition to the squad. Really nice additions, brings a lot of fight to them. But Super has been the difference maker. Wicked stuff there. The game flow doesn't necessarily tell the story of what was a pretty caliente hard point there, Jay.
No, without question, man. Without Estrio going from 82 to 119, and basically at 134, once they get all that time there at P2, then this is an absolute blowout there for Miami. And you could even tell, like in that best play towards the very end of the highlights, like that's the difference between Lucky and Super. You put Lucky in that position, he's most likely walking away with one. But Super is able to put himself in the right position to walk away with all three. And that's what makes the rest of Miami Heretics more confident to hold in their cuts. We know we got a guy that's a safety net, is going to value his life so well towards the back end. And this is why it's so scary with this roster, because you just never know. They got the Slayers, they got the teamwork, and any given day it could be their day.
Well, today feels pretty good. How are you feeling about that dealership game 5? Desk, you too. I know you're listening, but after seeing a hard point like that, you got to win a couple of big ones there, Rocker. So we'll see if it can happen. And it can happen. Anything can happen in the COD League. Go to the S&D rewind again, Jay. New looks, new looks across the board. But two players we're going to be keeping an eye on, of course. Super, new kid on the block here for the Heretics, and Nero. What a demon he has been.
Map 2.
The crazy thing is that when you look at Super stats, 1.5, every single search and story that they have went to has basically been around 11. So majority of these rounds, he's just finding so much success. Guarantees at least 1 kill per round. Nero on the other side is always going to be able to set that pace with a 1.17, but Nero's the only guy on the side of Rocker that's actually performing in Search and Destroy. Everybody else is around a 0.9, and you heard the Death touch on it. Neva specifically, he keeps calling out Estrio sitting at a 0.6, and he is truly going to be the X Factor for me ever since this lineup was formed, because Estrio in stage 1 was a 1.1. Estrio in stage 2 was a 0.9. Estrio in stage 3 is a 0.6, and I understand when you have a new roster, SD's always the last mode that you put a lot of focus on, or the ones that you are going to get the latest results in. But just right now, Estrio is their playmaker. You need this guy to have consistency in his S&D gameplay, and only having about a 20% opening duel rate in that first blood, he needs to turn that around.
And turn it around now, folks, like right now. Talking about that 130 mark for breaking into the champs race.
He's just running in
you cannot afford to keep losing series
Kenny was
like
just
this, especially against top tier teams. It's hard to pull those dubs out, but middle of the pack, teams beneath you in the standings, lose to them at your own peril. Here we go. Into another rewind. Not a lot of nade presence there from the Heretics on the approach now, so bear that in mind. That's going to be some heavy pockets going in towards these sites. Great for clearing out these corners.
And just sort of going back to the day one strategy. Every time I watch them play Rewind, which is now the 4th time, they're loving early on to dominate over towards Gens. Crack the door open, stun nade, and then eventually slide their way into DVD, but no pressure through the middle of the map. Metal strikes for the first blood, and he already finds a second.
It does. That's beautiful. Absolutely.
Kenny, where's that pinch?
He's looking for a couple more. As a red dot in the minimap 4 and number 3 for Metals. Can he get himself one more? Can he find himself the ace? Go on, son. Throw it wide. Send it. Get yourself into the highlight reel. Round 1. Miami Heretics.
Well done.
Oh, that's very, very easy right there if you're Miami, because, all right, no one's going to attack us through the mid side of the street, so let's just push up and have so many different angles of approach to work our way in towards DVD.
But I fear that
that's that, or at least gains the info early on for Rocker, but they decide to stack 4 over towards the right side, and then Metals just gets aggressive. finds the first blood, already has the second player weak, and then just continues on with his pacing. Finds the opening, ace there to set the tone.
Shit.
And the tone was, anything you try and do, Rocker, we will be there and we will be in the fight. One frag over the top. A concussion there from what looked like Rocker that didn't necessarily connect, but that did connect for Metal. So a ton of himself passed over here and baiting out, but not only the tacticals, now the
That was
lethals
maybe
as
perfect.
well.
He's getting
and a
great
ton of
timing.
intel.
No,
Heretics
shoot him in
a lot
the
of
back,
space.
Kenny.
Unfortunately, he does get caught by Metals.
Yep.
So
No,
first
that's
blood
just
again
sitting
in favor of Heretics.
So island.
Have Kenny isolated over towards Burger. Does he
Kenny
try to
just
work on his
island,
deep pinch? But as he does, you're able to spot him if you're ranked core. So that's more information. Let's just team push out something.
Everyone there on Rock is so tight right now. They are close. Nels on the approach clearing. The hop check. I think he may have seen a player's head. Oh, he's definitely knows something's on now. Rocker go from tight to very, very wide now on the setup, trying to find anything here. Geo, he's in a 1v2 potentially over here as the bomb gets planted by B.
There's no way Kenny's getting set.
Bomb's going to go down, and now the re-wrap from Real onto Geo is definitely going to catch him off guard. So numbers heavily in favor of Miami. You know that they have to be working the pinch because we already cleared out their base and Rencor in the perfect spot. So at least have him weak or find a kill if he wants to. Miami quickly up 2-0.
And that's a nice post-plant position to find yourselves in. So every angle covered. I mean, a nice wrap there from Real. Gets himself out there. He eliminates himself from play for a moment. And then the absolute classic one-man prone. One man standing. It's a dangerous looking red dot situation there. It's hard to tell. There are two players. And at the same time, you walk around that corner, you are dead. All right, Rocker.
Quickly.
Let's get some rounds, boys.
Yeah, we need to figure something out, man, because we can't be falling deeper into the Search and Destroy when we know we need this match. We need to be showing our improvements in Search and Destroy. This time you're going to send Geo and Kenny over towards the Burger side. You're able to have a couple players weak, gain info on at least the two, but it's a battle between the SMGs and towards DVD, and Nero strikes first.
That's what we're talking about, Nero. That's a two-piece for Nero. That gets you wide open control of the A-bomb site. This next man on the way in Super. He doesn't want to take that fight too fast. He's tagged up. Nero looking for an ace of his own. Can he slide around this one?
Give it to Kenny.
He's trying to get the gardening done. Is it a green thumb? No, it's a teammate, but Nero turns it on for Rocker in round 3.
Yeah, it's just a 2-2 play right there. 2v2 on both sides of the map. SMGs versus the SMGs. ARs versus the ARs.
Fuck that, bro.
That's how Nero's able to put himself in the proper position to not only walk away with the first blood, but the second immediately. And then just get aggressive over through DVD. You pop the door open, you catch him with a stun in hand. And even at 94 HP, you're barely weak. Just catch him with his pants down. I don't know if Metals was definitely a little bit hurt there in that engagement, but Nero there with the aggression, sets the tone, secures the round there for Rocker.
Yeah, bro, he looked like he melted him instant. Could have been an assist, you never know. All right, Super's nades up. It's not going to connect. Nobody home at this point in time. More bodies on the inside of the A site, and that's where Rocker are asking for this fight, and the stuns are connecting. 6 HP. Real, big damage. Can you finish the kill on a Geo? Neither can your teammates. So now a bit of a street play. As Rencor playing Island. Jay, we are throwing shoulders.
Oh, yeah. You know that they're already in towards DVD. We don't want to gift them free first blood, so we're going to try to slow down the round, potentially play the mind games when Nero gets caught overextending a little bit. First blood in favor of Super, and now Minnesota got to get active on the flank.
Oh, I love this. They take control of the site. They give all the space to the world, and they dip. Ow! Oh, no! Rocker, do not account for that one. It was a trap set, and what a move from Metals now, working the bait and switch perfectly. 4v1, Estriel finds himself one at the very least, but surely these lads send it and take him down.
Shit, 1v3, let's not give him any 1v1s. You know, let's just back up, play safe with the teammates, but you're able to find Rencor. So potentially a 1v4 in the cards with 35 seconds. Estriel's got a lot of time.
He's not wasting any of it, though. He's not wasting it to grab a weapon of any kind. So, might have been spotted out. The double back there from the Heretics, and now the long route. Are they going to time this out well? Super, you're going to be the watchman on this side of the map. The perfect piece of cover to work with. That is it, folks. A worthy attempt from Estriel, but the Heretics, 3-1.
Yeah, it's easy when you're finding your success in your first
Oh, wait, I need Rencor with 7
You
in
shut
that,
down
too.
their most aggressive player in Nero. They're forced to try to make up for it, make the quick decision to try to work the pinch, but just don't clear out all of the pinch. It gets shot in the back for free. So instant numbers. Miami take advantage of it, get the bomb down. 1v4 for Estriel, makes it a 1v2. But the information gained strong enough once the post plant setup goes in. For Miami to now take the 2-round lead. Rocker need to have an answer on their offense, and I just think I need to see a pace change up because
Both
if we
have
go
one.
back to this gen, slide the door open, stun and nades, like, nah, it hasn't worked out for quite some time. Let's just go B.
Let's hit something. Let's bang
symbols,
something
dude.
out. See how the Heretics responded out in the 2-2 once again. They had success the first time they played this way. Close range for Doink there. Doesn't connect. Trophies are in this one. Just over a minute to go, and we are going to make something happen right about now.
Real strikes has everybody absolutely one side here. Let me just go clean that one up. But Metal strikes for the first blood. Now it's instant a 1v3, and Kenny is going to get surrounded by Miami. Just so much success in that early first blood column. That's been the recipe for success in Miami and S&D so far this stage. Been the best team in that first blood, and also the best team once they find it in conversion rate. But it's just Rocker keep getting caught. You keep getting caught out of position. You're simply going to get outnumbered. And then once that first kill goes down and all that action is going down, they just have the numbers advantage. It's easy for Miami whenever they're finding that opening kill.
I mean, they're putting in the good work. Again, it's little things like this. They're just finding kills on site. They're making opportunities happen. They are playing Rocker really well. It's not so many pre-nades. It's not so many car explosions. It's something you do see a lot of here on Rewind. But, mate, these boys, they have spread this round as well. Look at that minimap.
It's been every single round on defense for Rocker, just aggressive as hell through DVD. So we can just keep on slowing down the game, allowing them to run into us. Gain information early on that Kenny was playing over towards Burger. He's been Mr. Consistent on the pinch watch, but on Kenny, if he can catch this timing through doors, and he does, but doesn't find the kill, and he gets traded.
Well, these boys were so far out. I
Either
mean, that was
we're gonna
the
kill their
range that Codcaster renders those players. That's as far out as you could possibly go. Good stuff, boys. We're learning here. Man advantage Rocker. What will you do with it? Looks like an A-bomb plant, and it should be a successful one here for the Heretics. Rocker rolling deep together. Here they come.
You have the numbers. Just play out the trades. You're already going to find a freebie in towards the site.
This is free. If you check it. Not free. Metals. Not free. Traded. 1v2. No idea what Super is. Not a clue. Nero's going to throw shoulders here. Try to find anything. Geo's going on a bit of a route. Bomb is safe. Super still lives.
Woo! God, this is making me want to play.
That would have been for streaks as well. It would have been for a 6.
Also, that last Warzone game made me
for
want to
Super.
play fluky.
Good stuff, Rocker. Nice retake.
Thankfully that worked out, because I thought once Metals was just going to lay down in towards DVD, he was going to die for free. But when he walks away with one, it gave his teammate in Super an opportunity there. Just Geo checks the snap at the right time through the crack in the wall.
Still like regular metal.
And lines up the gunny to secure the round there for Rocker.
Yeah.
Down by 2 now.
Not bad. Not a bad place to be.
Yeah.
Again, still hoping for a more decisive opener here from Rocker. Give me some aggression. And this is your round to do it, boys. Throw caution to the wind. Get yourself in towards the A-bomb site and just send it. This time they're in, but again, pinned down. Oh, by the superior positioning of the Heretics players. And that's another 2-man down. Estro trying to level up. Oh, nearly gets 3. But it's over to Kenny now in a 1v2.
It's a big round if Kenny can pull this off. You know that both Miami players have to be pushed out towards your spawn. You have a lot of time to work, so he's just going to get super aggressive on the backside of blue.
Yeah, let's reload.
He lives for now, but man, he's in so much trouble. No bomb either, so here comes the perfect split. Heretics playing their numbers. Timing's a little off, but he's going to get spotted out in a second, and not enough. Not enough legs, not enough manpower, not enough guns up. The Heretics just rocking over them again.
They just have so many different looks on a bunch of these rounds. One time they get aggressive through DVD, the next time they start over towards courtyard and B side. This time they make the perfect play call. We're going back into that aggressive play. We know that Minnesota with the slow and steady, it hasn't treated them well, so they're most likely going to go for a pace change. So Real's able to take space in towards DVD, find the first blood. The trade doesn't go down, they instantly find the second.
He's a fucking shit stand.
And then again, just in the man advantage, Miami played their numbers correctly. Point game.
And they are so good at that. Still a relatively young team, the Heretics. The chem is there. Uh-oh. Good job, Mills. I could have got a little dicey.
Oh, dude, I made a new concoction.
Kenny takes a lot of space there, though. Miles, off of that RC, though.
I saw it. Okay, I'm lying.
So he's basically the safety net over at this A site. Everyone else gonna sort of watch crosses over towards B.
Drink half a Gatorade or Gatorade Zero.
Miami's slowing down this round.
That's a neat little off angle as well.
And it's like,
He's
I'd be like
getting a lot
the big
of intel on
ones,
that side of the map without putting himself in danger. His boys got the
28
outside
ounces.
street pretty much covered. And I'm pretty sure that
And
stun
then you
should have
pour
given you at least
your
2 or
favorite
3
Red Bull.
players there on the intel. So that's a big moment.
Alright.
Trophy's now
Yesterday
down.
I did
you
lemon
know
lime
you're committing some
Gatorade
resources to
Zero
this
with,
fight. It might be time to
peach
get going,
apricot
Rocket.
Red Bull.
Oh, and narrow strikes for the first kill. So that's massive.
Strawberry
You have
apricot.
the man advantage, and you have
Fire.
Kenny also setting
Today,
up the
I did the
pinch,
lemon
and then
lime
you
with the
just
coconut.
send it on in and clutch
Also
up on
fire.
all the
It's like a
one-on-one
fucking pina colada.
gunfights. Rockers slow down the round. Do not do the aggressive push in towards
Like a-
DVD. So those first gunfights
Yeah.
don't go down in the first 15 seconds. They find the opening first kill. They trap them in towards courtyard, and then they set up
I'm
the
gonna start
proper
doing it
play.
at work.
Once this time,
I'm gonna drink
they
my-
have the numbers
my
advantage to
Propel,
stay alive
and
for
then have
another round.
Gatorade Zero, and then I'm gonna order Red Bull
That's
with it,
huge,
and then I'm
man.
gonna drink that, and then I'm gonna have
Finally,
my
Rocker, a
3 bottles
round
of water
really
afterwards.
going their way. That's the kind of confidence booster you certainly need this deep into a search and destroy with the Heretics still there on map point. 3 rounds is nothing. Once you start getting it going.
Oh, it's
Opening
just,
hit
it's just
doesn't
Red
do
Bull.
anything for the opening hit. Doesn't hurt anybody.
I dig it. I enjoy the
Mother trucker.
regular Red Bull flavor, but it's definitely not like the
ball,
regular.
ball,
But
here we
Rocker
go.
planning. Yeah, they're planning. They are switched up the tone, and
That's
now
right.
Miami are
Run!
taking on their slow
Holy
approach to
shit, how's he
courtyard. Nero's running away from an RC car, able to stay alive, but at least the bomb is down.
The RC car was for the entry, and it doesn't get any kills, but it causes so much damage. So does Kenny. Can he get the second damage into the second man as well? Kenny is now starting to get going. Oh, he just caught the
His teammate
cross.
gives it up?
Nero now still holding that side door.
That should have been hell.
25 on the bomb.
Had that.
Heretics are still by the hedges.
That lane
and
free,
here we
you know
go.
what I mean?
Nero, that's a massive win. A man on his tail. The hunt is there, but Nero nearly wins it 2v2.
This might not be enough time. Redcore's able
Ezreal
to
has to win
find Geo.
this.
All you have to do is stall out the clock, and Ezreal is also gonna fall. Miami Heretics. Able to successfully find the retake. First blood goes in favor of Rocker. It does not matter.
Got another little break. L-pick
That's
symbols.
unbelievable.
L-pick.
You can't allow that to happen if you're Rocker.
Nah, bro, it was the 2 in like perfect 1v1s. The observers caught it
All right.
in
Sure.
the worst possible ways. Geo gets caught out on the play.
All right,
Nero does everything he possibly can in that round alongside Kenny to maintain that
time
site
it.
control and get that bomb down, and they do so well. They dodge the RC car close, I mean, kissing distance, and then it just falls apart. Individual prowess right there from the Miami Heritage. Some of those rounds, they were playing that damn well. Rewind goes their way. 6-3. That's a 2-0 lead at the half. Woo.
Yeah, they found 6 first bloods on the map. One of the first bloods that they found actually led to a Minnesota Rocker round win, but the first bloods were the story because every time they found that opening kill, they just played their numbers to their advantage. Minnesota Rocker were a little bit too late making those mid-round adjustments in search and destroy. Again, they play rewind so many times. I need to see some different strategies because the side generator room to work your way towards the site never works, at least on your end. But unfortunately for Minnesota, you still got to do some homework. You're still a brand new team, but you're down 0-2.
Down 0-2, Desk, how we feeling?
3 first bloods, 3 plants. Metals is the man. Well done in search and destroy. But game 1 was all about Rancor. Let's start with the search alley. Miami are who we thought they were. On the other side is Minnesota, who you thought they were on Rewind.
It's so tough because that last round was a perfect example of Minnesota Rocker doing all of the work but missing a closer. You go back to round 9, it's the first one, and that's after there's a plane going down to A. That's away from RCXD and they already had control of the TV. Unfortunately, Stewart and Redcore clutch and a moment of closers for Miami Heretics. When they're in these tough situations, they're able to pull through with some payoff.
And was this specific rounds, or do you think this is just going to be a safe map for Miami going into their home major?
I mean, I did bet on racing.
I really like the way Miami plays the Capitals. You saw
Lando, my
starting off,
favorite.
they have
You know,
different
quadrant?
looks they can throw at you, but
Pretty sure.
really it always comes down to aggression.
Enemies are dropping
As
into
Jay
the
was
area.
talking
They
about
almost had
warriors,
the
like, how many times do we
He's a
see one of
Lando
those
Norris
sure
from
heroes
Green
like
Line.
caught,
Like,
getting killed by metals
co-owned
or Real, like
or
pushing into that
I think
room? Like, they're
quadrant.
just they play each other
So,
so
like, they were,
well.
like,
They're
down to
elevated
zero.
DVDs.
Making Halo.
Not much you can really do but take your time and try to bully out as a team going up against them, right? So I just thought, you know,
But Max
Miami
Verstappen,
just
that's
good
what's
game
going
plan
on
went into it. Minnesota
right now.
just
Got pole position, but they don't have the best car.
And also, like,
Him and
really
Norris
good
has the
moments
best
from
car.
Miami where, like, it was a great
He's a
advantage
pain in the
for
ball
6
today.
rounds, but then that round
He's
6,
probably
Miami
starting
does a
10th,
full
I would
slowdown.
assume.
They don't show anything anywhere.
it could have
They
been
wait for
quality.
information, and Minnesota set Kenny on the gas to try and get early on these aggressive Miami pushes. What Miami do? push them out together as a team after slowing the round down, and then they're a man up in a situation to bang back out towards that A site. So just really heavy shooter plays in front of them.
Super has done wonders for this team. Like, their pace is faster, and Search in the clutch, he's so active. Like, what a pickup, man.
Enemies dropping into the
Let's take a
AO.
look at our map 1 a little bit deeper this time around. And we had one specific situation we wanted to call out here in the quick scope.
Yeah, let's talk about this. You know, this is the P2 here, and this is just a wonderful play.
Oh my God.
Also, so we're going to talk about, like, the penultimate setup. If you can get it on this hill, is like you get a guy back here on the back square. You can pick up this angle. You get some assistance. You have 2 people team firing it. Then you want somebody on rock, right, to kind of pick up that pinch, and then somebody soaking the hill. Well, we don't see it happen too often, but they get into that setup on this hill to close out the game. In this situation, you see this is Metals. He's going to pinch all the way around, go up, and then you're going to see Super here. He repositions so Metals can come in and get those kills. After they find those kills, it's the setup that they get into. So without, you know, breaking your brain and drawing too much, we'll talk you through it a little bit. Super knows that Metals can come up for a pinch, so he's going to back up. Play patient. He knows when to speed it up, but it's Metals' time to shine. So you come on in, I'll get the kill as they push me out, and then Metals, you find the cleanups. They get these 3 kills, and now it's like, okay, I'm gonna push out the back, but number 3 on your mini map as well, Redcore, he knows that they could end up spawning here. If not, then he can just hold the pinch and tries to wrap around through side rock, right? So it's just played perfect. This is the exact thing you want to get into if you can on this hill. In Miami, just executing at such a high level as well. When you got a guy like Super who can just pop pieces like that, and then Redcore, your safety net, picking up that last player on the pinch, and Kenny, you're going to find a massive chunk where they go on to win the game. Just awesomely played.
Crucial time to do it as well. The comms are flowing in Miami right now. Ow. Where are the Heretics at? Right now they have a 3-1 record, 1 map away from finishing 4-1 on this stage.
They're unreal. It might not be like a top 4 conversation
Excellent
anymore. We
indicated
might be
location.
looking at like top 5, top 6 teams heading into the event where like any of them could have an insane run.
Well, they have an opportunity to close things out on Vault coming up. Before we go, though, I want to revisit
Hostile
Minnesota
UAV
and the
in the
pressure
area.
they're under. Are they crumbling? And have you given up on the rocker yet?
I have not given up on the rocker because I feel like they can make a run even through a loser's bracket. And they're still, like, points-wise, I believe they're at 130, right? So they're not in the worst spot. For them, though, like, this would be a massive.
They have been to 4 matches, 4 game 5s, 3 round 11s, 1 round 10. And today, I feel like they're not getting there. Let's find out, though. Let's get the dealership. Let's get weird, Miles.
Your squad is down. Stay alive to bring them back.
You wearing shades all day. Let's get it, bro. All right, so Jay, we're going back to Vault. Obviously, very good for the Heretics early on. For Rocker, how are we feeling about their chances here of getting to
Please
the
don't.
dealership? Let alone
Please
the
don't lean on me.
man.
I need to
They
mute.
got 1 rep on it with this squad versus
What the
Carolina.
fuck
They
is
went
going
all
on?
the way to a round 5 and
Enemy dropping into the AO. Marks remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down. We've got 10 squads active in the field. Loadout drop headed your way. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy destroyed. Use your tac map to hunt down the rest of them.
Yeah, there we go.
closing in. You're getting another chance. Weapons free. You're the last one standing, soldier. Survive until your squad can redeploy.
UAV available for testing. Neron requesting UAV.
Your squad mate is redeploying. Well done. Hostile UAV in the area.
TACOM, we're flying on cue. UAV returning to tank.
Enemy advanced UAV is active.
Not this time.
Fire sale active. Buy station prices have been reduced. Enemy movement. Marking enemy. Enemy movement. Enemy UAV overhead. Hostile UAV in the area. 10 remaining. Keep pushing. Resurgence window is ending. Watch your six. Marking enemy. Enemy UAV is online.
On your ping, yeah.
Enemy movement. All squad mates are in the safe zone. Gas is moving.
Trying to fucking they put up a mortar strike on me.
Cancel that. Fire sales over. Adjusting prices. Mark remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down. Enemy soldier incoming. Enemy movement. Target down. Marking the rest of them.
Where is he?
Enemy movement. Resurgence has been deactivated. This is the end game.
Did he cross out? In the building. I think they're on the other side of this
Enemies are
building.
dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
They're up.
Get to the safe zone. You're losing ground. Move it.
They're on me. On me. Multiple people on me.
almost had me.
Supply crates are restocked. Advise you to load up now. Five squads still operational in the AO. Some of your squad is outside the safe zone.
One on me.
You're so weird for.
Resurgence is closed. No more second chances.
Shouldn't have left me alive.
You've got gas moving in. Enemy airstrike in the area. Your squad is in the top 5.
Oh, that's just crazy timing.
Target area marked. Stay alert.
Guess who's back, asshole?
For,
Dropping a spring mine.
That they're going to be in a position already up the street. Now no more respawns, you gotta go.
Oh, what a shot from Astral. That's 3 dead. That's going to be game. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Minnesota Rocker right back into this series. We're going to see a protocol hardpoint.
Dude, like Astrio Nero just set the tone. We're talking about multi-time, every single time, just finding an opening double, putting themselves in a clutch position, just being elusive with that SMG. And that was what was the issue yesterday for Miami
That was
versus
so fast, I don't think
Jonas Steves got lost. Even Benjamin Beans was getting lost over towards ammo. You just can never account for
that was
these
so
guys
fast. That
or
map was
trade them
just
out effectively.
so fast that I don't
And
think
what
he
used
was
to be a
hit.
really strong map for the Heretics. You definitely got to go back and do your homework on it, get some more practice because you need this vault to be a part of your map pool, and right now it isn't.
It's glaring weakness. Highlights a lot of rocker love in this one. A very, very purple shoot they put on for us. If they let that purple rain all over the Heretics, they certainly ruined their time here on board. That was disgusting work.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that. We're talking about every single bake-off. You're winning a majority of the gunfights. You're putting yourself in the early numbers advantage. And then I don't really like the approach from Miami on their defense is to try to retake their way in towards A. Once that initial play call gets shut down, it's like they gave it up for free. You're allowing them so much time to find one opportunity at that B point. And then when you have them put so much focus on the front because teammates aren't clutching up in one-on-one gunfights. So now when you put all the focus on the front, there's players on the pinch that are already shooting us in the back. It was just way too much to handle there with Minnesota slaying the way that they did. So they're able to extend this series. Rocker desperately need this W if they want to have a chance at having that open bracket at Major 3. But that's a good start right there to build some momentum.
Just get that. I mean, the protocol we go. See how this fight.
Protocol hard.
This fight goes down.
Rank 4.
Man, a very, very fun game of control there for Rocker. Also love the way they play that B zone. Not just if they've got numbers on it or if they've got space around it. They do not let anyone get into a position to really contest. Trophies or not, man, that was a very, very good look. Protocol hardpoint, here we go, ladies and germs. From the blistering heat of Vault now to the rainy gloom of Protocol. But for some, we're starting to look up, Jay. We're really starting to look up if we're Rocker. We've got some momentum, got a dub under our belt. How you feel about that?
I honestly think
it's insane because I feel like every time we talk about Rocker, regardless of whatever the roster is going to be, you can never ever count them out of a series. Now that they show some fight in that control going into this Protocol HP, this is another map that they choked in that map 4 scenario. This is where they need to show improvements. I know Nameless is saying that game 5s haven't been too icy, but the fact that they are so different from the map 1 HPs to the map 4 is crazy to me because you usually find yourself up by a hefty margin. Versus Optic Texas, you played this map, you were up by like 80 points and then started losing every single rotation. Just like you did in map number 1 of this series, you need to make sure that you're winning rotations because you cannot allow Miami to dictate the way the game is going to be played. Ross here? Am I the only one here? All right, I'm the only one here. Okay. Real and Redcore went absolutely crazy in map number 1. Just 29 and 18, 30 and 16. Both over 1.5 KD. If you got guys that are going to put up these numbers, you're most likely going to find
I think it's gonna be so fast that nobody's gonna hit anything.
It only just helps.
I think it's gonna be like a 251 point.
To this lineup has been because the guys who you were usually always relying on have putting up the numbers that they do, but when he's on the team and they can take a little bit of weight off his back, they can just more focus on their slang, and they showed it there in map 1. Miles is still not back. All right, just me. Miami Heretics.
Are you in this game too?
You're looking to close this one out. Yesterday versus Toronto, you were consistently playing from the back foot. A couple times you were able to win some rotations towards some of the body handles, but your setups were easily getting broken into. That needs to be better today because the way that Minnesota Rocker just played in that control, you can tell that their builds are hot. Astro is feeling himself. Nero's feeling himself. Gio and Kenny found themselves in a lot of opportunities.
Like if Paul can do it, we can do it.
Desperately trying to fight for this dub. Desperately trying to fight for these.
I think right now, like in the solos, he's like ranked 17. I don't know, his tweet was saying that like pretty much he just hasn't played enough Warzone to understand how to play Warzone. But he's like, but anybody he gets in a gunfight with, they're losing. He was like 5 from 5 from the Ghoulie. Yeah, I'm solo. I'm gonna. This might be quick. I'm hot dropping. I'm solo duos. I think it's a hot drop.
The squad absolutely exploded on me, but we have returned and in the right time because we're in the game. Yay!
I thought you were about to pull the Astro from me. You know, Astro's always down to, you know, pass a single series by himself, but
I couldn't
do that to me, brother. I don't know if I can do that.
I don't mean to do it to any of you. Wow, who means it?
Yeah, that was quick.
They're like, game 5, no thank you. No mas. We'd like to end this series here, please. Super with a couple of good ones there on time, but his spree's going to continue for a moment, Jay. We're going to still battling hard for this one if we're Rocker. We've got ourselves out of trouble and into the good.
Yeah, Rocker just consistently flooding over towards Heli, trading effectively,
Ooh,
and now they're back into the time. Soaking up a majority of this P1.
It's 1-1 right now, I think.
Spawn start to flip, and this
Optic
is
versus Chopper. The two best teams are playing winners round 1.
The kills don't go with it, but they find the initial 2. They're going to win the rotation.
So Miami, let's shit on them really fast, and let's go watch Optic.
Get trapped. Find those kills. Rocker with the perfect looking minimap right now.
Should have Super over.
Super, who is literally doing it all with shots. This would look a lot better there for the Minnesota boys, but now doing absolutely everything they can. Here comes a massive hit from the Heretics up through the stairs. They've eaten a nade or 2. Here comes a stun for your troubles, lads. And a couple of shots in there from Estrel's going to keep them at bay. And this is lovely time and good positioning. Rencor opens the window. Nero and Gio close it. No thank you.
Oh, man. That is a perfect hold there from Rockers. I was thinking, all right, Miami have some somewhat top-middle control. They already pressure over towards the set. So Rocker on their tight setup. Make it work out to perfection to dominate there at the P2. Now you're contesting off the rotation over towards New. You're finding the initial 2 kills to go your way. 2 players already across the map. What else can SGU do? Absolutely nothing. But you still got Kenny in the right position.
Gustav Ken, he's going to get spawns for the team right now. Heretics trying to hunt him down. Super, the first man on his victim list. As we are doing a great job. Maintaining control of the map, but not the hard point just yet. Gio now in a power position to dive into the fight. Get the members of the Heretics off time. And here comes the pitch through the back. Heretics now with the pressure. Heretics with the numbers and the kills. That's their break.
That's massive right there for Miami to get yourself back into this game. You know how effective that P3 to P4 chain can be, but Astro already strikes for the first kill. Now you got top trips control. You can continue to be a nuisance from this angle.
5 bullets. 5 bullets.
Here we go.
Right.
Astro guns him, stays alive. A 2 would have been unbelievable, but that's going to be Metals there. Nero fills the gap immediately. Brought down again. Rocker still fighting hard here for the 20 seconds on P3. The drop to 4 is now on the menu. You have to get over there, and that's exactly where the Heretics have already started to send it. So win these fights all you want, boys. But the next one, that is cash.
Yeah, they already won the initial gunfight towards down low, so they're going to have the rotation over towards New. They were able to still make it mixy to close out the ending of that P3, but this is how the Heretics bounce back in the game. But that is a big, massive first kill for Minnesota. Now you got the numbers.
Can they get the time over the beach?
Yeah, but see, this is what I'm more headed visioned.
And now in the middle, Gio trying to find an entry alone. This is good damage. No teammates. That's Rencor on the drop, and a perfect hold once again from the Heretics, looking to take back the lead.
Yeah, that's so icy right there because Miami were simply going to be outnumbered, but everybody from Rocker decided to go through big door. No different angle of approach, not a pinch on the horizon, so Miami would have just able to stack it in the 3v3 and watch all three angles and clutch up on the fight. So Lee Chain on the cards, unless you get ripped off the heady. So Minnesota's still trying to make it mixy, but Miami is still here.
But we're keeping it mixy for sure. But the Miami mixer, oh man, we are shaking hands and some all down. Rocker back to the drawing board here. Not been a money hill. They have lost the lead. Oh my word, and Super is looking to pad them stats, ladies and gentlemen, keeping the boys on their toes. On the way back to P1 we go, and there's nobody home upstairs except for Real, and he's dead now as well, so a nice 3 dead in the feed, and Rocker should be able to soak a bit of this.
Yeah, rotations won by Rocker. You already had the indication when Snaro spawns up that the press is going to be toward the backside of Trips. But Rencor on the pitch takes care of both of those players. So now if you're Estrio, you're thinking, I have to fight these gunfights. Thankfully, you win the first one. You don't allow Miami to get close, so your teammate's able to reinforce right behind you.
What a win from Real. You will take that. And do a good job here from the Rocker. Maintaining this P1 control. Lead change once again. Not a lot left towards P2 just yet, but for now, you'll take it. Real keeping the fight alive there at 13-9. Not let anyone get too close to this time. Good shots again. 5 sprees over.
Makes the matches you really don't care about.
Back on a P1 we go, and Rocker maintaining the right-hand side of the map.
And if you're Miami this time around, you just need the kills to go your way and the rotation to go your way. It was Estro who was able to sneak out last go around through bottom comms, find that opening kill into the player.
I just keep trying to use the players that have been my locks all season.
Dominated in the feed by Miami.
Stage.
Win the rotation over towards Noah. Now
they're not locks.
Really low routes even trying to contest this.
Like every time the weekend's over, I'm like, okay, I'm not doing it again. And then I look at the line and I'm like,
that's the back line secure.
You know? And then he does it.
No streaks to play with at this point in time, and lovely shots on a Kenny, not enough for the kill. You're still maintaining this lead, Heretics.
Estrio,
and Metals is on the hunt for a player
can't get 13
who just
more,
lost sight of it. Was Estrio. Thankfully, Renkor's their team. And an awkward gunfight there that Ken somehow walks away with Jay. And we've got 30 seconds to go here on P2, and the Heretics is back.
We're alive.
Oh my god. And Metals just made a magnificent double kill over towards the boat side. And now he can get aggressive with the space. You know your teammates are going to be free to soak up potentially that final time, but every kill that you get is going to spawn them behind you, but your life is a lot more valuable. Just back on down, wait for the next push.
Ooh, it was a big kill.
Nice hold. 3 dead. Last man Real gone. Excellent work, Rocker. They've got full control now of P3. This should be a good 15 to 20 seconds. They can really hold on to without too much trouble. Estrio, the frontline man, goes down, and here comes a fast hit.
After a
unfortunately, he doesn't get the engagement first, so he's been pressured back. Rocker in a bit of trouble. Let's go through this and in.
Yeah. So huge shoot from Rencor. Low-key Real getting through lockers there was what enabled Renkor's 2-piece because they forgot about him. Well, they calmed him that they were still looking for him, but then nobody turned. They knew there was another one there. But after they killed Real, everybody just turned. Yeah. When the fuck did Rencor just go off, bro? What the fuck? He just popped. He just popped a 6. Like what? Jesus, man. Get four down. Yeah, get 4 down. Get all the time. Let's end this shit. There we go.
We gotta go B there. Metals one shot back that time. You go good. One be top mid too. Yeah, give me top mid.
Honestly, I think I'm looking pretty good here. I think my double S is looking pretty good.
Where's this one shot?
Yeah.
I'm mid.
I don't know. He needs 9 to hit his. Yeah. It's definitely possible. Like I'm not super confident about mine, but I think my double S might have been a goated pick.
Still there, Rio. Now we coming.
I think his line was 28 and a half.
I got Eddie.
Yeah, I think it was high, so obvious.
I'm trying to get a granny, bro. There's 2 right now.
No, I thought Nero. If I had to pick the 2 to go off, I figured Nero was going to go off. Every time I watch him play Protocol, he's triple 5s.
Looking at the 3-1 win soon.
Yeah, they have blown the game wide open. If you're Minnesota, that setup just needed to be a lot better. They just really didn't have an opportunity. Once that initial nade that doesn't get a kill forces Nero out of that position over towards Spiral, and then you're forced to play super stack in towards comms. Miami just floods their way through big doors. Get the time. They soak up all the time there. Now only need 20 seconds to close out this series.
Speaking of super, here comes a Hellstorm. From
We're still at 19.
21-15.
I know that. I'm proud of those picks.
Kills. Nero and Ezreal, run boys! They managed to stay alive as the slow hit towards the spawners. Protection there on the Geo is going to keep him alive, but right now the time's ticking away. And Miami Heretics, look at this. 5 seconds for the win. No one close to contest. You are going into your major with a big smile on your face. Taking on all comers with super. The form is looking
clean
good.
$15.
Too much firepower, man. Too much firepower on the side of Miami Heretics. Ever since the addition of Super on the side of Rocker, they continue to struggle in map 4s. They continue to struggle in their search and destroy.
Resurgence!
That has been the epitome of their demise. They are now 1-4. A couple map wins. Every single series went the distance to go all the way to a map 5, but for them, you're going to be starting in losers bracket at Major 3, and that only gives you one shot. You got a lot to fix before you get there. Hopefully, you make up some time.
You got a little bit of time. Well, a very, very tough map there for Nero.
Because they don't care about multiplayer.
Get anything going, quite frankly. Competent time though, 129 from him, but for the Heretics, it is just all green over there, man. Like really nice assists, lovely non-traded work. Jake, they had the map on lock. They had everything going the way they wanted to, and they got to test their holds and their breaks, and in particular, their breaks against a squad like Rocker were looking fantastic, certainly helping out there. A very, very smooth and relatively stable climb to that 250 mark. GG's in the chat. Rocker, a little bit of work to do before we fly out to the major, boys.
Dude, when you can find that initial first kill or initial break on every single money hill, you're going to stand a pretty good chance of winning a majority of your series. Rocker need to work on their setups because that cannot be allowed to happen. Kenny strikes for the first kill, but then everybody just so tight. No one has different angles, and then you just get swarmed out. Miami, way too much to handle, and they're going into their major very, very confident.
Stud, I think it was you. It could have been Chance. I forget because you're both so brilliant at your jobs. But were you saying that every single P4, nearly every P4 in this game is a money hill?
I kind of disagree with
fair to say.
How you're saying like you have to
every single P4.
Any P4?
Like, I think like that's how I always try and play it. It feels like you have to play it that way, but then you're so disconnected from it. It makes it impossible.
But he also
like
really? Jay backed down from all challenges recently?
Yeah, if he talked to me, Bose, Mike, doesn't matter.
He dipped out of fantasy football when it got hard. Not his first time. Let's turn this back to successful champions, though. Miami Heretics in this fight against Minnesota. We saw it coming. A little bit scary, though, in the second half. Minnesota was rolling in that control. And at the start here, it was close to one rotation.
I mean, you could take some positives away on the side of Minnesota.
Yeah, then you got to give it to team. That's the thing that I realized. It's like you can get that info off the rip that you can play off of, but then you have to.
Miami Heretics, it's just kind of
like it's still just a bang out of a map.
Heading into the major, they now expand their map pool with that big protocol at this hard point. There were 2 or 3 sitting at that. They just kind of had a loss, a pretty bad one to Toronto Ultras. So trying to get that kind of into their wheelhouse, but also just focusing. It's kind of touched on the entirety of the series. Same thing happened map 4. We're getting really close, and then we get to these last couple of hills. It's an insane computer swap inside of Miami Heretics. The entire team went on one point, and then you got Super. He goes on a 6 to break that P1 and end up closing it out. It's just what Minnesota, this is a closer.
I mean, yeah, I agree with that. And I also really like the conversation that Miles and Jay were having about like them just dying first in their setups, right? Like, we're pretty late into the title here, and I get you just got Kenny, but that's kind of what he was brought in for, is to smooth out those situations, right? So until that gets better, we're going to be in a world of pain. And right now,
bro. Another one on me, bro.
Dallas picked up a gun, man. Did you pick up?
We're gonna have a talk, lads. It's getting late in the game, but plays like this keep us entertained.
Yeah, you're into those. He's got a gold. He's got a gold 70 for you.
Started off this game with 5-0, just incredible start. He gets through, flies through, finds another one at hole in the wall, and then he's like, please just give me the final kill. I'm hunting, I'm looking for it. Ends up finding a Matt Blue for the ace in the round. Metals, man, the step up and search and destroy. It's been paramount to their success, and they've been surging now.
Welcome to the stream in the winner circles. We have Metals once again. Metals, how we feeling done tonight after the win over Minnesota? You are now 40 points ahead of 9th place.
We're feeling great after this win, you know? I mean, it was a chance decision match, so it was great for us beating them.
For sure. Metals, I want to ask you a little bit about you as a player, because I feel like you have these really good series and it's just kind of we're missing maybe the consistency and kind of what you plan to do for that moving forward, and also maybe what your role is on the team, because the other three are really fast. The entirety team in Miami is really fast, and sometimes maybe it feels like you're kind of the guy stuck going first.
I mean, yeah, I've been inconsistent these years. I'm trying to fix it. I think I've located my problem and I'm trying to work for it. But I think the game has a lot to do with it. So yeah, I'm trying to fix it. Yeah.
Metals, talk to me about the improvement in Search and Destroy. I mean, that was like the bane of your guys' existence all year long. You bring in Super, obviously he's insane in the game mode, but I feel like not enough people are talking about your improvement in that game mode as well. So talk me through what you guys talked about or fixed.
He's just Super. He's the brain of the team on Search and Destroy. He call outs everything, and also our coaches have been putting a lot of work on S&D, and they help us a lot. It's not even just myself, you know?
Metals, you guys are top 4 seed. Is there anyone in particular you want to play at your home major?
Toronto Ultra. I want a rematch from yesterday. I played shit yesterday. I want a rematch.
We would love that. All right, best of luck, Metals. We'll see you down south. Metals and crew will be hosting Boca Raton. Kicks off on April 24th, but after this, we have 6 more matches in the CDL Major 3 qualifiers. Number 6 loaded up. It could be good. LAG, Toronto Ultra.
Deployment to the war zone has been authorized. Enemy dropping into the AO.
Upgrade your game with the Scuf, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
The Esports World Cup is an official partner of the Call of Duty League.
Stay alive to keep the squad supplying.
Shit, man. Fuck me. Oh shit, wait, I forgot. Optics playing. They're up 2-1. They're up 2-1.
Everyone's chilling. Yep.
No. Halo.
That doesn't happen. Optic Gaming close out map number 3 and find themselves now 1 game away. It's crazy to say, from sending Shopify Rebellion down to the elimination bracket, when all of the talk was about what's happening to Optic a couple of hours ago. King of the Hill Recharge are game number 4. Will this be Optic closing it out, or will we once again go the distance between these two and see a game 5?
And we should mention, this is a rematch from the K-Stan Showdown. Optic has already taken down Shopify 2-0 in King of the Hill Recharge. So a slow game, but a convincing one in the end. King of the Hills per minute right now. Royal 2, by the way, is at 2.45. That is disgusting.
Kills per minute in King of the Hill is insane.
Unbelievable.
The man knows where to put his reticle, and usually, if it's on you, you're going to find yourself in the death screen for a few seconds. But what a chance, what an opportunity this is for Optic Gaming to send Shopify Rebellion down to the elimination bracket. Shopify on the back foot. You would not have been saying that a couple of hours ago.
Fuck me.
Absolutely not. And what a past 18 hours of competitive Halo. All the drama you could ask for Optic Gaming. 3 will fall. His Bound still alive here in control, but it will mean Hill and Camo Control coming in from Shopify. They know they need to win this game. They need to send it to a game number 5. Otherwise, their tournament bracket will be a very different one indeed.
Royal 2's just hunting at the moment. He knows he can't fire onto Formal because there's going to be more than one player trying to trace onto him. Royal 2 doesn't know where to look at the moment and ends up looking nowhere because Optic spots him out and make sure that that camo does not influence this next round of their push. Optic Gaming will be able to get some map control here.
Unbelievable comms and Eagle Eye. The timing there is such that not only do they Eagle Eye the camo, but in making sure that they got the damage bottom control, other teammates can also spot them. And that's a really great neutralization of the camo. However, Shopify still leading 50% progress on your first hill.
And Frosty is picking up kills as well. Frosty has that shock rifle. And Renegade, luckily, as he was taken down, managed to get the stick, which means that Frosty will have to wait a few more seconds. Formal flies in, trade, and again, it's the gold side of the map at the moment. The pipe side of the map that's still controlled by Shopify, and that's what you need to hold if you want to win this hill.
Last Shot knows that there's probably an elevator spawner there. You can't just poke out pipes. Wisely retreats. And still able to hold down. Look at the progress here. Only about 10% to go for Shopify.
Yeah, I mean, Optic needs to go. They will break out. Are they going to give this one up? Last shot with the perfect shots. Renegade challenges. Still takes 3. He's going to be trading out as well. It's 2 dead on either side. As Royal 2 will fly through. Cycle still at the top of gold as well. He's actually going to jump into the hill. I like this play from Royal 2. Here's the call out of damage on bottom tower. And probably recognizes if he can finish that kill, that's the LOS dealt with. And now he can convert this into a point. Shopify Rebellion go up 1-0. There is life in this series yet.
An enormous play from Last Shot. You can tell how important it was that he stayed pipes. He did not fly into Whirlpool. He did not get greedy for that kill. And look at the domino effect of doing so. They get so much more time. Then he wins a 1v1 in pipes. Then he also gets damage bat ledge, which is traded out by Royal 2. Finally, Optic Gaming now getting a little bit back in control. They get 3 dead. They get the next camo. Let's see what Formal can do.
Well, Formal spotted out the first camo, and now he's probably thinking, let me show you what I can do with this power-up. They're trying to bait them in a little bit here. And I like this because Legend, he's the bait. And Formal, well, he's hungry for kills. Bound will be there in time to clean up that damage, and it's a really good tower hold here. And now Formal still with a little bit of camo to work with. Will contribute to 2 more. This is 4 kills that Formal has contributed to every single one. Damage on everyone, almost takes down Royal 2 as well.
You get the feeling if he didn't bonk his head on this little ceiling there, might have even gotten another one. Amazing, as you say, amount of damage coming in from him. And guess what? Take a look at the progress on the hill from Optic Gaming after all of that from Formal. And you called it, Mark. Formal showing what he can do with the camo. It was patient once again. It was very selective. Amazing trigger and angle discipline coming in from Formal. They're only 10% away from closing out hill number 2.
It's going to be a perfect hill if they can do so as well, but a couple of kills start to go against them somewhat. And it's Shopify Rebellion who, for the first time, on this underpass, Legend of Royal 2. Royal 2, he was not interested in anything else but a trade.
That was almost my new best. Nightmares of Halo Reach, brand new flying at you. Nice bit of work from Frosty there. Those kills will be traded 3v3 on the map. Renegade trying to win a battle here. It's taking down bottom on the hill. So let's take a look at numbers here. 3 dead.
It's a big 1v1 because that was the last player on this side of the map for Shopify Rebellion, and Optic Gaming will step in and convert that point. Formal winning the 1v1 versus Cycle means that they are tied up now.
You do get the feeling that was a must-win hill. Let's not forget the last time these two teams played this game, it was only a 2-0 finish, which shows you just how even and Slay-based the last outing was. And instead of going down 2-0, they answer back convincingly, tied 1-1.
So it's 1 camo aside, and the next one will be burnt. So no camo to play with, and Optic Gaming find themselves 3 dead. As Cycle will be chopped down as he tries to escape and Scarper away, but it's Formal now on the camo jump. He's trying to break through this setup. Royal 2 taken down, another player in the Whirlpool trying to be a nuisance. 2v2 right now as Optic, kind of a mini break here, but his last shot, he's trying to hold these spawns in the elevator. Trying to keep Optic out of that hill, and he's done a great job in doing so.
Last Shot did so well there. That's an easy battle to get lost in when you're on half wall. You can really get kind of mixed up with Whirlpool and even long haul angles. Instead, goes Pizza, hits the slide back, as you say, gets the kill, and then stays in elevator and holds this part of the map down, and they get 3 dead off of the back of it.
They got info on where Bound is as well. You can see the Last Shot turns his reticle to where Bound is. Frosty's going to try and chase him down. It's the best situation here for Bound is a trade, but he's not even going to get that. Frosty cleans him out, and Optic, with Bound still on the death screen, is spawning a long way away from this hill.
Only a little bit to to go here. Now, Formal last player alive. That's going to be 4 dead here. They will get this finish, and we'll see if they delay here at all. If they want to have a little bit of better positioning, no, they waste no time. They grab it right away, and they're already set up for the next hill at C.
I wanted to highlight that because Cycle, I love what he did. He aggressively pushed his tower on that last Optic push. He gets a double kill. Not sure how it happened, but it happens. Then wraps all the way through. They get those last seconds, but Cycle breaking open tower, and Frosty moving towards top glass, forces spawns away. Everyone leaves where that hill was from Shopify Rebellion, and they make that perfect rotate. It's the next thought process. What do we do next? That is just executed perfectly by Shopify.
Momentary 3v3 on the map just now. Frosty already 14 and 8 in this game, and now with 2-1 lead. Let's see how they handle this C plat hill. There's 2 dead, 2v2 on the map. Let's get to a listen in with Shopify Rebellion.
No, we got batteries right now. Long week, I hit him 3 times.
It might drop on camo.
Long. Just camo stack. NC fly. Baylor, kill. What's that? Xbox, watch stack. You got batteries on me weak. Man, I'm wrapping Chirpin, okay? Batteries have one guy big door. Yo, one guy stacks now, one guy bottom here now. Bottom here. No, it's all you. Yo, guys, one shot. Yo, 2C blind, 1 BR. Legend's a little weak. Yo, hill weak in 2 cases. CQ, watch out. One shot trip sack. Yo, in red. One shot gold door going mangler. Watch out, C's up. And he jumped over you. One BR. Oh, grab it. Yeah. Good trade. Two in hill, last two in hill. One guy lock all. Spawn back solo. Yo, can you... Still sees it. Nobody's out red. When nobody's out red, he grabbed the red. I'm watching you red. No. It's John. I'm in front. See point weak. Watch out, hill, guys. And probably sinking. Yeah, glass. No, John's long. 2 in hill weak. Glass 1 dead. Nice. In hill weak. 2 BR, guys. 2 BR weak. 2 last 2 BR. Guy back on the BR stairs. On the BR stairs. Can you guys help me? He's still on the stairs. Remember. On the stairs. Still on the stairs. Yo, one shot. Back to
Driver, Preston.
And then spawner C.
Take time here,
No, I can flank. Hill back. Solid. Yo, Matt, it's mine out. Yo, Golder, one shot dead. Nice. Go, and long, turn right, one shot, go pipe door, bounds. And then one's all along. Press CC. Matt, you should hit that. Yo, battery,
1 minute left on the game clock here. It's still 2-1 to Shopify Rebellion. And now, how do you play this? How do you think about playing this with a lead? Are you going to look to convert this hill to make it your game? Or are you going to try and stop Optic from getting anywhere near it? It's 3 dead for Optic. Legend the last hope.
Legend last player alive. I think I'm in orange door or so. They're going to have gold spawner as well. Going to play time here, of course. 42 seconds left.
Enemy team took the hill.
Optic are forced to step in that hill. Legend will be taken down. There's a double for Frosty. Bound. You're going to challenge. But you are going to be put down. It's a triple kill from Frosty that felt like a dagger in this game for Optic.
Also now blocking back Hydro. Knew exactly where he needed to block. 27 seconds left for the final Optic gaming push. Otherwise, we're going to a game number 5.
20 seconds left. Optic trying to force this hill, but Royal 2 picks up the first kill. Last shot's there to clean up things in and around that hill. That objective belongs to Shopify Rebellion. They are playing bodyguards. 15 seconds left, but you're right.
Narrowly.
Optic only need to put their foot in it once.
They almost snuck in just now. 9 seconds left here. They have to go right now. No one looks in position. Renegade might go.
He might go. He's had to drop. No. Cycle gets the kill though. Legend's in there. There's no way that he doesn't. Wow. It's okay. Everybody calm down for just a second. Shopify hold on. Oh, they're gonna kill me, these two teams.
Everyone, we got to strap in for a year of this. And man, am I ever here for it. I don't know if my heart is. My cardiologist. I don't have one of those, but if I did,
but I might have one by the end of the series.
We need one. If you have any cardiologist recommendations, I think the entirety of the Halo community would be appreciative. Man, oh man.
Okay, 2-1, Rebellion. They win the game, which, surprise, means we're going to a game 5 here. Goodness.
Cycle goes 18 and 10.
What are we watching, dude?
We are watching an unbelievable level of competitive Halo in a bonus year that no one was ready for. 18 and 10 from Cycle in the end. 19-12 from Frosty. All players on 5k damage, by the way, on Rebellion. No players on Optic on 5k damage, and that tells the story of the game. It's a 2-1 King of the Hill recharge win once again. A low due to, I mean, just an absolute prioritization there. And my God, was that ever
as they send the final 2 on a control hydro flat flank, and somehow they don't get
I was in a game.
Very last millisecond tick. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I just win a game.
Progress in a down to the wire scenario like that, and of course we are going to a game number 5. These two teams have history on Slayer Origin.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think those final moments you made a great call because I don't think we really give a team a chance in that situation. Having not watched these two teams play so much so far, right? Every game is so close. You were like, wait a minute, there's actually like a mathematical possibility this can happen if they get across the map. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. And then it almost does happen.
Smoked up. Rock about to pop, and early on the rotation again, it's going to be LAG. They've got numbers there early.
Good job with the purples, Maeve. Locked it in.
Yeah, no, I'm trying. I really have to. Woo! No wonder. I gotta turn the air on too, Joe. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay. It does you very
wonder why I'm sweating already. Okay. Always rely on the desk talent to turn the air on as they head out. Our little portable AC. They let me down this time, Joe. I'm gonna blame Ant. I'm gonna blame Ant. Yeah. Probably couldn't see it because he's half blind. Chipping away at this 70-point lead. Ultra trying to get back into the fight. Joe Deceives been the multi-kill warrior these past couple of weeks, but he's going to step on Kismet's head and not be able to locate the kill. Kiz and Co. in and battling, and Kiz might have just brought 99 kids into this because he's 15 and 6, basically triple positive. Him and the boys are frying. It's just, can you keep this tempo? Can you hold on to this lead? Because you have to imagine, as good as Ultra have been, at some point, they're going to make a run.
And Ultra have been susceptible to this at times, right?
Slow starts.
These slow starts, especially in matches, I think, where, I mean, they are expected to win. Sometimes they play below their level. But LG, again, they played good hardpoint yesterday. Just not able to close it out versus Thieves. This time, though, they are in control. They have the side of the map that they want for P1 and P2.
They haven't really been susceptible to that as of late because those are losses against top teams, but like it was enough that like Ali asked Kleenex that question in the interview, like with their win the other day, and he was just sort of like racking his brain for what the loss was. I think he ended up saying Seattle. He got a little confused, but Surge was just a loss they had at the major. But yeah, I think during stage 1 and stage 2 qualifiers, definitely played down to the competition sometimes. Lately, not really been a thing, but right now,
got a real head tilt when he plays. I'm not gonna lie.
Getting deeper into this, into our second set of hard points, and you've got 35 total points.
All right. And I mean, we've wanted to kind of see this from Lunars, from Johnny. You're seeing a great map here, but maybe the chance for Ultra. They're going to find some kills. It's in a secure rotation for P2. Still 10 seconds before this pops, so that will allow LAG to start to work up the map. You'll have a very quick first push. You see Kiz start to swim.
And this could be everything in this sense. You get the 60 for Ultra, you're right back in this game. An early break, and wow, you might be getting mollywopped. Ultra in trouble. Kismet gets 2 on the route, and the instant break, 100-point advantage and growing.
And they've looked good in a lot of
the 60-second hold and dream I was trying to sell for Ultra.
Yeah, still break in. You have the close spawns. You dealt with Johnny on the bench, but Lunars is piecing up. Fellow with the headshots. That's going to be all 4 dead. You know where they're spawning. And Johnny's going to push on through. Able to find those kills. Know they're spawning well side. And you can already start thinking about P3. The way this is playing out, what a fantastic game from all 4 members of LAG.
Oh, yeah. Full-on team effort. Fellow gets buried by Joe Deceives. It's not really going to matter too much in the scheme of things, but they'll get these 10 seconds. Well, it could if they get those seconds and win rotation, but they're not going to have any numbers now. The only person going to be there early is going to be Beans. Lost his 2 teammates. Beans simply too much to deal with, and he will drop. Another early setup to LAG. Mounting pressure on Ultra to get in and get some time. Otherwise, what looked like the easiest of 3-0s for a team like Ultra, we might be going a little bit deeper in this series than we expected.
Yeah, you kind of saw there was like a series of tweets from Mark GB. He's saying the boys are locked in. We've been putting in a lot of work in scrims. Results have been better. Just got to trust the process. And this is a great showing today.
It certainly is. It certainly is. Still racking up the time, nearing that 200 mark. Kiz continues to be terrific. Up to 23. Give him another one. Nice little jump shot there, and he's on 5 straight. 24. Teammate looking over him as well, and now.
And I prefer.
Well, this will definitely be the backbreaker. If they get an early break into Rock. Ultra only 59 points.
This should be an ugly one.
Yeah, this might be one of the ugliest we've had on the year. And now for Ultras, like, can you at least make this respectable? Can you start to get something going? Or maybe we're going to be discussing servers after this. I don't know.
And Johnny, again, he finds the first 3 to lead to that break. Kiz is still on 6. He's got a Hellstorm now. So if this ends up getting... He's just going to use it now. Sure. He's going to use this now and try to just put this away, try to deal with this push.
Yeah. What do you do if you're in garage right now? Good luck. Like, you're not going to apply pressure. Soars it in, hit Beans, no opening to get in. 15 seconds needed for the W for LAG.
Hello.
Gotta go. They're able to contest for now, but Johnny still battling in the point. They'll clear out the contest. And this is over. This is, wow, an ass spanking. His LAG. Okay, I take it back. They deserve the purple. They deserve the purple arrows, Joe. They just lit them up in map 1. And that might be, I mean, that is, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. That is their best map win as an organization on the year.
Yeah, I'll take it.
It's got to be. It's got to be, right?
I mean, it's one of the best of the year period.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Of the year period.
It's got to be. I have no data to support this in front of me, but it's their best map win of the year.
The boys are smiling, and you love to see it.
You do, you do. Finally, something to smile about as they just dismantle Ultra. And now more pressure Ultra because the search hasn't been as good as of late, at least within this stage. Yes, they can win it in any way against even the top teams, but you get put into a little bit of a hole here because you get smoked in what's been your best mode in Qualifier 3. And now you're going to have to bounce back in the search and destroy, but what a performance really from everybody on LAG. They came out guns hot. I mean, they held 3 players below, like basically held the whole team under 2K damage.
Yeah, I mean, Johnny right from the get gets them going, then to follow that up was Kiz, but they just played clean fundamental COD to kick it off. I mean, you get the map flip, you lock down the P2. Everybody was going on sprees, and I just never allowed that chance. I mean, there was the one chance maybe at that second P2 for Ultra to get back into it, but you won it from the front.
No, you absolutely did. Yeah, I think that's when I was like, this is your chance. This is when if they would have got that time, it would have been like what, a 100 to 130 type game if they were able to hold, but they weren't. Actually turning into LAG, kind of extending the lead. Just dominance from LAG from start to finish, and yeah, where we thought for sure there was some moment Ultra were gonna have a spark. Never happens. It's not that they were flatlined; they were a flatline.
They were just dead from the get-go.
Yes, they started dead. No pulse.
We need a server change now.
Would not be surprised. I already spoke that into existence in that one. I was like, why did I say that? Because we casted 4 Ultra matches. You know, we've had a lot of fun with 2 of those. We were hopping all over the place. We'll see if that's the case here, but hopefully we're just going to continue on and keep on fighting. Rewind going to come up next. Yeah, definitely one with what we talked about with Ultra, trying to get that into the mix. I mean, they just have to expand the search map pool after losing 2 of ones they're undefeated. So we'll see them get to rewind, and this is one I got to think. Maybe a chance for LAG to catch them.
No, that's it. Yeah, win that map number 1, you win your map page on Hacienda. Look, Darn's good doing it. And yeah, you want to work on your map pool, we get it. You're in a better position than us. Do whatever you want, but this allows you an open.
Dude, Allie's in their vibe right now. I thought it was a horrible pick.
Well, she's trusting the process.
Trusting the process right now, and trusting that Marky D and the boys to get it figured out. But can they do it in the search and destroy as well? And here's kind of the search and destroy struggles we're talking about. 1 in 3. It's not like you've got to.
I'll be honest, you should change this from stage 3 to the year, and it'd probably be around the same thing.
What, search?
Yes, and D-Wows. That would be a big part of it.
Now. Yeah,
for their year. I mean, how many like round 10, round 11 losses do they have?
No, true.
Snipe up right now.
Honestly. How many losses do you have? Can I submit it?
Yeah.
I thought it was Ultra. We've been talking about Ultra's SSD struggles this qualifier, and I saw purple and just thought it was Toronto. Then you started saying the whole year. I was like, what are you talking about? And I looked back at the graphic and was like, oh.
Now here's the question.
We're talking about these 4.
Once again, the same old story. Too little, too late for Optic Gaming. How they let this game get out of hand.
It's going to happen multiple times this series.
We got to get you 12 different colors for the team, too.
Yes, please get 12 different colors. That makes things way easier.
Easier.
Holy hell. Well, Looks like we're getting right into the map too.
It's a good sign for us.
Yeah, it is a very good sign for us. But yeah, you've had the S&D woes like you saw there for Gorillas, but not been the best S&D stretch for Ultra either. So not sure what to expect out of this run, but I think a good chance for LG to take a 2-0 advantage. And maybe they're going to find themselves winning this series.
Yeah, I mean, what, for Ultra 2 and 4 throughout this stage, you throw the loss in the Boston. But, yeah, it's just one of those things where, yeah, it has been their go-to game mode on the year, but with the map pool changes and they're in a position to try some stuff out, they're going to work on some Rewind.
Into Rewind. We'll see what the first look looks like for Ultra. As they start to work up on A and maybe working their way through. Number 1 and Johnny.
Yeah, it's like a two-man game trying to work number 7 and Insight. He's hoping maybe Johnny just sneaks on through. You see Insight looking for it. The rest of Ultra just going to work towards the 8 bomb plant sooner or later. But everything should come down to this, and Insight's so weak. Now going to get hunted. Is someone going to help him? No. It feels that you have to be proactive elsewhere on the map then. And instead, they're stagnant, and they're just going to get picked apart.
Yeah, that looks like LAG prepped for that. I mean, great isolation work onto Inside. Joseph's going to plant this, have to pull off a Wondrous 1 versus 3, but best of luck. He's got a sub, and he's got some tough gunfights. That was probably the most winnable one he was going to have, but Johnny will take him down. Retake easy for LAG, but yeah, not able to get to Insight and help him out. And I don't know how long he felt the pressure. Like, when we talked, it might have been the first time he'd really taken shots. Like, that might have been the first game.
I mean, it was right from the get-go. It was a two-man game through Burger. I think he spots it. At least he spots one of them. So maybe.
Yeah, I guess I don't know how long he was like dead to rights. Like that he was like kind of getting pension. I don't know.
Yeah. Felt like it was a long time from my point of view.
It seemed like it, but I guess I feel like there would have been help at some point if that was the case. But there was nothing he could do. Nothing he could do. And Johnny ends up with 3 in this. Okay, so now LAG. Well, Johnny nearly picked instantly. But it's actually Kleenex that will get the first blood onto Lunar. So numbers now to Ultra. Johnny's streak comes to an end. Inside able to connect from the dumpsters. Kiz, maybe his chance to be the hero. Last up, not going to happen. So far, defense rolling.
And that was just pure aggression through the A-bomb side from Ultra, right? The SMGs get going. Insight's watching outer towards Dumpster. He's locking that down, but it was really just Kleenex and Joe running through the A-bomb, finding that first blood, and then they just use their numbers to collapse on the rest of them.
Beautifully done. Now we'll see if the offensive setup for them looks any different this time.
Yeah, we'll see if that's sort of the default for LAG. Like if they want to continue to put pressure on the player on the flank, or if that was just sort of a first round
opening look. Yeah.
Yeah, keep them on their toes for the rest of the map.
Insight going to be playing from the same position. Setup looks pretty similar for Ultra, at least on the offensive side. And yeah, change out for LAG. So not the deep pressure to the flank. More of a group up, trying to stop this plant from actually coming in. Johnny wants to go.
Good nade.
Nade hits him, and he's weak as he goes to Chow. Kismet ready, waiting though for the push through the door, and Kleenex out of this. So 3v3 as you swap over to Fellows POV. Take some shots, I think, from Diner, but able to back out. And Joe Deceive swings on 2. Fellow now, good luck. 1 versus 3. Not going to be able to wrap out of this Ultra hold.
Yeah, and Johnny gets a little bit unlucky because the first stun that was thrown in a misses from Joe, but the second one from Beans when we were in that free cam actually hits him. That's why Beans starts to load up that nade. Gets ready for the push, just bounces it right off that wall, and then yeah, just sort of some openings for Insight. Then Joe was just ready for that next push from the outer side of the map.
Excited to see what Ultra is going to continue to show us just on this map. They need something like a rewind. We see a lot of dealership. They just love to have rewind. Maybe in their bag of tricks as well when you come to the major. Joe Deceives is on 5 straight, but Johnny will see his eyes for now over the A site. Kiz will have bomb and just tucked away for a moment here while his teammates get info.
Yeah, he's got to be careful because he does have the bomb, right? He's just all by his lonesome. Johnny now going to rotate over. It looks like they're just trying to find anything. Not to find anything mid-street or diner. but a much slower round here from LEG.
And Jodeci's just itching to go, itching to fight, but biding his time, at least for now. RC car called in late. That's going to get blown up, and now with 35 seconds left, you got to try and get out the bomb. Kiz, though, through fire and flame, just trying to stay alive as he's taking damage. Getting through on the cross. Now, with trophy coverage, working the plan.
That timing's so good for Toronto as well. They're just going to work through Gen's side. They're going to catch Kiz right on this bomb. So Inside gets the first one. They know Kiz is weak inside of Gen's. They fly on through. Timing on point from Ultra.
Perfect, yeah. Kiz, no chance to get off of that. Second the play is done, or right as he's about to finish, he's already got bodies in his face. Can't get away. That's now 3 straight for Ultra.
Yeah, and outside of the first round, a very good look.
Oh,
so
no.
far.
Honestly, I think I said like LAG looked prepped for this after the first one because they played it really well. And then, yeah, since then they've gotten smoked. Yeah. Well, it's just one of those, we haven't had a ton of looks at it. I mean, especially with these teams, and wasn't really sure what to expect. Look good for a second. Look good for a second. And then Jodeci hasn't died since. Neither is Insight. Insight literally died in that first round, has not died since. You have 2 players haven't died in 3 rounds, so probably gonna go pretty well. First blood, though, is going to be Johnny. I think his second one in this. And they could really use a round win, but still got Demon Joe up. And they want to start to work this outer towards B.
Johnny's by himself. It's really just, yeah, there's no one there to trade with him. So maybe a missed position there from Johnny. I mean, you earn the first blood, but then it doesn't turn into much. And now it may turn into a round loss. His fellow almost gets picked, but we still have a 3 versus 3.
Yeah, it's just tough. You love, like, yeah, get the first blood, like, get somewhere where you can at least trade and keep numbers, but just doesn't happen. To be fair, that's a great snap from Jodeci. That's an awesome gunfight win. And he keeps it going. He's up to 8 straight, by the way. Just take it over. His form recently has been so awesome to watch.
Him and Kleenex, I mean,
yeah.
Just kind of taking turns, depending on the series.
Yeah. Where's the punch coming from? The left or the right? I don't know. But they're both hitting you. Trying to bring it back to the 3 versus 4. And now they have numbers, and then they smoke them. Even 3 versus 4, it's clean after that. They don't lose a player after that. Perfect from Ultra. 4 straight rounds of dominance. What'd you like out of Ultra there?
I mean, it's tough because I think Johnny, when he's been active in sort of finding the openings, it's led to success. And I think when he's sort of nullified, you can see the team, they're not finding anything. So he finds the first blood, and I think he wants to continue to take more fights. I think that's just a situation there where if you're not going to have help on the slide through, I mean, yes, it's a good shot, but that's also a position they expect you to be in.
Almost like Kiz in the first iteration of the team where he felt like a lot of pressure to make plays in Search and Destroy.
Yeah, it seems that way for him.
Yeah.
Or someone's just got to help him out better from that spot.
Johnny maybe getting away. Yep, nice little kind of bait and switch there out of LAG. They'll get another first blood, and, well, you get Joe Deceives out of it, which is a big kill based on the map that he has had, but you still just lost when you had 4v3 advantage. This one you desperately need to close out as the wheels have come off of this in the map too.
Yeah, so we saw the same setup last time for LAG. The only problem was the thing that's open right now is Gens. Now, you don't have the timing going to be hit. You see Fellow starting to rotate on over. He's in a spot that, so Kiz actually can't plant yet until Johnny gets in that spot, and there he goes. So, nice little rotation there for LAG.
Now they got everything picked up, but working the map is Insight.
And this is what's so tough about it. Like, Kiz is honestly just worried to hop on this bomb, depending on the timing of it.
It's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. And, well, Insight gets his pick. Now, what's the timing going to be? Last time they caught him perfectly. He goes to plant. They decide to swarm. This time he'll get it, and he'll get out. Ultra trying to pull off the 3 versus 4 in back-to-back rounds. Now clearing and looking to come out swinging.
Insight's watching this. Yeah, Insight's watching this. Great little pick up there. He's able to find one. Doesn't expect a second. Now, Johnny's there, but it may not matter. They find the rest of the picks elsewhere. So it's all down to Johnny, 1 versus 3.
Down to 2 now. Under 20 to go. Bean shuts him down, and it doesn't matter if Ultra have numbers, don't have numbers. The fact is they're winning rounds. And they're doing it for both sides, too. They could be down a man on offense, down a man on defense. It doesn't seem to matter. They are working as a cohesive unit. And, I mean, maybe the search hasn't been as impressive this qualifier, but, like, the teamwork has clearly been, it's hit another level for this squad. And are showing it right now. I mean, it's hard to say that after the map 1, but
they're doing a very good job of sort of, all right, when we sort of rotate or shift this way, what is going to be open, right? So we saw it from Beans' point of view. He hops the wall. That gives Inside sort of the, all right, this now, they can hit from gens. He was able to pick it up. It's just good comms, nice teamwork. They've been doing it on offense and defense.
Yeah, I don't know if you could have the first 2 maps be much more lopsided. 250 to 60 or whatever it was, and now maybe an answer back from Ultra in a matter of 5 minutes as they are about to close this out 6-1 potentially. Well, it was a 4v3 for a moment. This time at least you stay up 3v2 if you are LAG, so you retain advantage, but Joe Deceiv's Insight, don't count them out yet. They brought it back so many rounds before, looking to do it one more time. I think try to hit it on the left side, maybe swing out and grab bomb if it did or didn't connect, but eventually he's going to be able to get it now, trying to pull it off 1 versus 3. Well, takes a little shot, position given up, and yeah, now you're dead to rights. So 1 round done. Got to win 4 more straight if you're LAG.
Yeah, nice little read there from LAG. Nice little default setup. They're going to push outer, maybe a quick RV hit. You had multiple members ready for the slide out. That time, yes, Johnny gets the first one, but we were there for the trade and the follow-up.
Yeah, finally. Able to get it down to a 3 versus 2. It seems to be so hard for them to just keep advantage to that point. Johnny, very vocal right now. Seems to be kind of the shot caller. Him and Kiz maybe going back and forth a little bit as they get ready for the next round. I thought that was really cool to hear from
Metals.
Metals, by the way. I was saying, like, Super is just coming after our shot caller. Like, that's, I mean, awesome. It's just insane to think that player just comes in, new guy.
Yeah, how different their search has been.
No, it is. It's just cool. I don't think that's always the case. We have 1 new player come in. There's the shot caller and Surge. We'll have the RC in play. Out of it now, but Kiz maybe in trouble.
Yeah, Joe's right there. It's not going to be Kiz that's in trouble.
Oh! Hold that!
Well, it keeps him alive, and it turns into 2 versus 2.
Oh, an insane little sequence there. Yeah, now the 2v2 for the map. Lunars and Fellow trying to keep their map 2 dreams alive. So we'll slow down here for a second, but they'll get bomb back in hand. They got Beans holding close, just right at the dumpster.
Yeah, it's one of those plays. You are so split if you're Ultra. Now he's got to get out with his life. Well, he at least finds one. No. That is best case scenario.
Absolutely. CleanX versus Fellow now. Under 30 to go. 1v1 for the map. You know, Fellow's got a great mind for search and destroy, and see if he plays and reads this right. He's doing the whole ring around the rosy. Wrapping the whole way outside A, back over to B, and I'll work to get the plant. Plant in, and now we extend this 1 versus 1 on CleanX now. You saw Fellow has both weapons to work with.
I don't know anymore, man.
Nice snap. Oh, I thought it was a great snap from CleanX.
Yeah.
He even goes, what? Like, he thought he like snapped onto him and then kind of snapped off. It felt like.
Then it's sort of the jump.
Yeah.
So the jump up, you see the aim get a little wiggly on those pillars, and Fellow has this sub. That is going to be the advantage in that range.
No, he snaps so well, like center of body, and then, yeah, I think you're right. It's just that little bounce with the jump. Just a little more severe in this title versus others.
Oh, it is.
I've been fried many times as a result of it. I'm just so used to like being the bunny hop guy. Like it's in Warzone or something. Bunny hop. I'm like, okay, I just got destroyed because I can't hit my shots. My stuff's bouncing everywhere, Joe. I don't know what we're talking about at this point.
Happens at that age. It'll just get lower and lower.
Yeah. Joe Steve's on 10 though, and God, he was frying early. Trying to call game on this. I would say Inside exchanging some shots, but
that is an angle.
Yeah, it's an angle from Joe Steve's, and that's like his third first blood, I believe, in this.
You mean Johnny?
Or Johnny, yeah, so Johnny. That's like his third in this. He's going to get another one onto Insight. 4 versus 2.
I'll tell you, he's like the lifeblood of their search right now.
Feels that way, 100%. Beans. 1v3. Beans should be dead. Too many targets in front of him. Now, what? 3 in a row from LAG. Once down 5-1. battling back, and how, you know, I said map 1 and 2 weren't close at all. Now a little bit different conversation here. Is they're doing what I kind of expected Ultra to do in the hard point, at least make a run for it. LAG, though, on the brink of maybe just stealing this whole map.
Yeah, and you just think if one of those rounds is a little different where they have the first blood, those 4v3s, maybe this round or this map's done.
I'm pretty sure there were, it was at least 3, I think, rounds, so they had first blood and lost it. And obviously, first blood, not always everything, but yeah.
It's a lot of time, a lot of it.
Yeah, you know, it is. RC out, and who's going to be the first blood pick this time around? But they're playing pretty slow and passive because they're playing around info from the car from Fellow. Johnny locked in and dialed in, trying to tack on another first blood. Working up for an angle is number 6 and Joe Deceives.
Both teams are in a similar spot. They both had cars out, so like nobody really has a middle of the map presence. So that's why LG's taking their time, but Ultra's not there. But this has been the issue, is getting this darn bomb down. Fella's like, fine, I'll just do it.
Yeah. He's like, kids, if you're gonna question it, I'll put my body on the line.
Yeah, I will
use my body. Fellow gets the plant, gets out. Now,
flank is wide open.
Retake chance. First blood for Lunars. The Ultra have another 3v4 in them. Well, now things unraveling. Is Fellow able to get the bomb plant in, then get a kill. Insight, though, trying to be quick here. Not quick enough. Fellow's able to attack in a second. Beans left all by himself. We'll see you later, Beans.
No, right? I don't know if that's because I'm not sure who was in the car. Maybe it was Kiz, but Fellow literally takes the bomb and is like, I got this.
Yeah.
And then he wraps all the way back, kills the guy on the flank, wins another one to give them the 4 versus 2.
Because I don't think he started the round with it, because he picked it up, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. 4 straight for LAG. And if we thought maybe like the 250 to 60 map maybe broke the back of Ultra, maybe a little 1-5 comeback's gonna hurt a little bit more.
He's got a wow expression on his face. Did not expect this. He was in here 5 rounds ago.
Yeah.
Ready for halftime.
Halftime's coming just a little later than we expected. Johnny, another chance for a first blood. This time, good shoulders and a good win. Joe Deceives able to take him down.
There's no trade again.
Kleenex is a second. Now this whole run from LAG maybe just imploded.
Didn't I just talk about their heartbreaks and deep S&Ds?
Yeah, you go deep just to get your heart broken. Fellow nade in hand, can't do anything, just gonna get fried. Kismet had an incredible map 1. Why not? 1v4 for the map. If he pulls that off, I'm going streaking.
Be ready. Be ready for this.
He's just got zapped.
Oh my god, he's out.
Oh my
We're gonna chase him. Joe's here now.
Go, Kiz,
he's
go, Kiz.
elusive.
He's moving, grooving. Another one. Oh! Thought he had the kill. Under 30 to go.
Clint's ready. He's ready to just rip him off. Start streaking.
I'll get fired. I can't actually take my clothes off and run, Joe.
Should he hit the bomb down?
Oh my god.
This is winnable.
Kiz. For the 1v4 and the map.
He's played this so well. He's played this so well.
Joe Deceives and Inside are just hunting. Somebody's on it. Kiz is trying to check it. Sees one, knows he gotta go. Trying to get the angle. Oh, Lord,
oh my god.
Can't get back down. Inside trades it. Kiz nearly pulls off the unbelievable. That would have me sweating. My shirt was halfway off.
God.
Woo! I just don't think he thought he should stretch it. He's thinking he has an angle on the bomb defuse.
Yeah, you see him like kind of wide peek. And
he saw the bomb drawn, and in the back of his mind, he's just like, shit.
I gotta go. Yeah, I have to go. I have to go. Oh my god.
But I mean, I almost do it again. But just some of those early rounds where they had numbers advantage.
That would have been awesome. That would have been awesome.
And then in round 11, it's just sort of that's what Ultra did on their defaults, right? They just took A away. Like, they were so slow to take A.
I think FaZe is
LAG.
Bro,
what is
so bad.
Beans is one of the best shooters in our league. Dude, that gunfight went from Kiz was absurd.
Bro, I'm telling you, he has moments with an AR this year where I'm just like, bro, I literally think he might try to
jump down. Over and increase the under, and I have to zip over and increase the under.
He might try to be an AR next year. Bro, like fried him. Because that would we had like the simple one before, which was awesome, but that was like a 10-second play, right? Like that just stars collided. Well, it all hit.
Cars blew up.
Yeah, yes, that would have been a different beast entirely. That would have been awesome. Fact is, it didn't happen though. Almost a cool play. Does end up being one.
Still pretty cool.
Still pretty cool. Das, talk to us about still pretty cool stuff.
Your clothes are still on.
Clothes still on.
Yeah, that's really cool actually for all of us. 4 match wins all season for LAG. They were looking on the verge of a number 5. Instead, we're looking split out. I thought you were crazy. They let me down so bad yesterday. I was holding a grudge coming into today's broadcast, but they showed up in the first hard point. But let's turn our focus to this game 2. How do you go up 5-1 and then allow LAG to take you to a round 11? Was this LAG stepping up or Toronto falling apart?
A little bit of both. I know you hit it on the fence, but I will explain. So from the side of Toronto Ultra, they were just used to like, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? So they just kept going with kind of the same game flow. The difference is LAG started playing more towards gas, and Toronto weren't really used to that. And for some reason, Fellow, I don't know what he did in that 30 seconds of time, but he went from having a really slow start to this game to not losing a single gunfight. So suddenly, you're getting this momentum shift in LAG, and if Fellow's winning gunfights, that's freeing up a lot of room for Johnny and Kismet to get more activated. And that's why we push all the way to this round 11. It's just unfortunate LAG kind of default again, where it's Johnny and Lunars fighting these double doors towards A, force Kismet into this 1v4, and oh my god, he almost did it.
Yeah.
He almost did it.
I mean, yeah, I like what you said about Fellow in that. I think he had a couple of huge offensive rounds.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have the huge 1v1 against CleanX where he like re-wraps, gets popped down, and looks for the fight. And then the very next offensive round that they got to where he ends up just getting the bomb down, finding another huge kill on the pinch. Just some nice adjustments. And we've seen this twice now out of LAG where they just kind of adjust to what the team's giving them. Think about the Boston Hacienda map, right? So they're making some good calls. Just not able to close it out here in this game, too.
Toronto has taken down the best teams in the league. The one loss so far in this major qualifier, it was to Boston. It was 3-0. They fell apart after falling back-to-back. Now, though, you got some life going into the second half, and you can ignore what happened in this game 1. But show some love to the Gorilla mates. This was the best performances from the franchise this season.
I mean, they were on an 11 hardpoint losing streak. Like, they legitimately could not win that game mode. Didn't matter the roster that they had. And, you know, right here, this was just them destroying them. Almost every rotation, you seen Fellow rip people off the head. The B2 was absolutely insane. Everybody played so well. And then Johnny, it just felt like early Johnny and Lunars just started off so well. Just
they have more kills now than they did all yesterday.
It actually looked like the sub duo of Johnny and Kismet were on the same page throughout the entirety of that Hacienda.
It's wild stuff. We're having fun here on the desk.
Kataga's got to be feeling kind of good, right?
Right? Vibes are getting higher. I asked, like, could this team somehow make it to champs? If they go on a magical land run.
Nope.
There was many
the math is there, says Easy Mac. The math is there. It's really hard, though. Protocol Control, Game 3 is coming up right now. Allie, do you want to switch your vote?
No.
Good, because you're not allowed to.
I never do that.
Maven's ready.
10 toes down.
I am. Oh, ow. My headset wasn't on correct. Now I'm ready. Hi, guys.
Yeah.
Listen, I've been casting 12 years or something.
Forever.
Yeah, and there's it takes a lot in like an online match to me be like twisted.
Yeah.
That had me like, that was awesome.
Almost.
It takes unbelievable. That was, I think I saw like all the tweet out. They just feel like, phew. Dude, they feel like they got away with one there because 99 kills.
Well, it's also they blew a 5.
Yes. For multiple reasons.
Also with that viewing.
No, but imagine, dude, if it was a 5-1 lead you threw and that play, that would have been wild. I gotta stop talking about that play because it makes me sad it didn't happen. All right, but we're gonna talk a little bit about Kiz and talk about this matchup as we get deeper into it. Get ready now for the control. Kiz, Joe Deceives, control over the last 60 days. Stats looking a whole lot.
Pretty similar. Yeah, and honestly, that's impressive for Kiz because one of the modes that, I mean, they've looked decent in, but you've just been such a struggling team. But the fact is, this guy's ranked 6th in kills per 10 minutes. Props to him.
Yeah, no, that's what we like. I know we both like Kiz a lot as a player. I think it's been tough for us to watch this year because as much as I've been the joke about they roll Hydra's assistants and stuff in the New York team yesterday. Like
There's a lot going on, bro.
Hydra's incredible, and that team was awesome. But like Kiz does do a lot of the dirty work. I mean, he could be a valuable asset to a lot of like good teams.
There's a reason we call him 99 Kiz. He has these moments, dude.
Yes, when he is just the best. But this has been a year of struggles. I'm curious to see. I think when you have a year like this and you're a player like Kiz at this stage of your career, it's like, will he bounce back and be on top ever again? Is this the beginning of the decline and just the teams are going to be worse? I don't know. I hope there's more to his story. I do, because he is one of the best we've watched, and had some of the amazing moments. Almost another amazing moment. But Control in stage 3, sitting at 1-3, and for Ultra, I mean, the Control hasn't been great. The search has been not the best they've had, but okay. It's just their hardpoint has been.
Yeah, it's tough because you've had 2 matches versus Thieves and FaZe where you've lost Control, so that's probably your top 2 Control teams, but you've won both of those matches. And you see they have 2 round 5 losses, and then you just throw in the boss match. So it's one of those things that looks uglier than I think what it is.
No, that's true. That's true. That's good to break down. Again, especially with the difficulty. We talk about your qualifiers, and some are going to be a little easier than others. They've had some tough matchups in this one. Insight ready, though, for the Johnny route. That was CleanX trying to do some damage on the other side of it. Number 2 and Kiz looking to get active on the spawn for Ultra. I haven't dealt with him yet. Windmills out of Joe Deceives is a no aim assist to that close, and a little drop shot in from Kiz. And due to Kiz finding multiple kills, they've got them pinned in for now. Kiz is still there. Finally, they'll deal with him, but there's 45 seconds remaining.
And that's a big kill for Lunars, just to slow this down. We know what Ultra want to set up, try to get one player on that A point, another player pass in the house. So they do get top mid control, taking down Lunars. LAGJ to try to work the routes all the way through the attacking spawn and all the way through theirs, and they're able to find both those kills. Now just pinch towards the point.
I think they had to, because they all spawned out. Like, they didn't spawn out A side. They were like, let's just push through and try to make the play. You know, a lot of times your offensive team trying to set that up.
What Ultra want to set up, try to get one player on that A point, another player pass in the house. So they do get top mid control, taking down Lunars. LAGJ to try to work the routes all the way through the attacking spawn and all the way through theirs, and they're able to find both those kills. Now just pinch towards the point.
I think they had to, because they all spawned out. They didn't spawn out A side. They were like, let's just push through and try to make the play. You know, a lot of times your offensive team trying to set that up, the A side street pressure, but it wasn't really that. They just spawned out that side. Like, okay, let's hit it and push on through. But man, now with how that search played out, so this Control. This LAG team is playing Ultra very, very tough.
And one player on it there for a moment, immediately taken off. So this is kind of your last go at it. And both teams are on control on their side of the map.
I was so far behind you 2 times, and then I caught up to you, and then I kept going.
He's able to find the 2. What does this turn into? It's going to be a 3 dead.
Get down.
And now you're going to have to play the objective if you are Toronto, plus CleanX finds the 4th. So it came down to that 4v4. They're able to take it, and now you should have that extension. But a team nade, another nade lands. There's no trophy. They're going to go.
They're going to go, and maybe they're going to find an opening. Oh, no. Oh, no. On it for a second, but it's done. I was just about to say what a great job from Ultra. You were down like 5 lives, seemed like you were out of it, nearly brought it back, almost even the lives, and made the play on the objective. But then, yeah, I'm guessing Joe Deceives has an 8 in hand, gets hit, ends up killing a teammate, no trophy there. Yeah, exactly. And things fall apart because this play right here is what gave them a chance. I thought, if anything, you were getting. All right, so let's see here. Yep. Okay. Nade in hand. Oh no, was it? He didn't get hit. That actually was a stick to the back of the head. Oh, that's I mean, oftentimes we just assume it's a enemy nade kind of hits while they're cooking one, but that was just a.
That's a tough one.
Benjamin Bean's noggin a little bit too big.
It's a backwards hat down the way.
Yeah, just caught that, and well, that's what was the beginning of things unraveling. Kiz is right back to it, by the way. 11-4. He's had a great game 1, great game 2 despite the loss, and right into a game 3. Kiz feeling good.
Yeah, he's playing well.
Yeah, he's playing real well. Can turn into a series win, though. Trying now to lurk up this A-side street.
Wow.
And lurk he does.
I've seen people play that corner, but never like that.
Switch that right into a capture. He's probably he doesn't worry about both sides of this because he's got Joe Deceives behind him.
He's doing everything.
Oh, I saw if he got both of those, that would have been brilliant. Just kind of set up how much he has to deal with, and nearly deals with both. But so far, so good for LAG. I mean, you're at least not battling out of your spawn like Toronto was having to do early in it.
Kiz, the problem is that all three of your teammates go down at that point, so he's just all alone in that moment. But still, yeah, you don't have any progress on any of the points. Just Fellow is out. CleanX, he's got a sub, so he's not going to win that one. Beans is pushed up. About to have a 3 dead scenario. Can you do anything with this?
Yeah, you'd like to get something from a tick standpoint. Just something. Otherwise, like, you're almost guaranteed around 5 defense if it goes to that. Okay, there's some progress.
LEG isn't trying to go B like most other teams have been lately. All right, we're not looking at mini maps.
Maybe making the play again. Positive 10, second bit of progress in. And where you're worried maybe you get nothing, now you've got the extension. A little bit of a life advantage to work with as well. Kiz has been opening things up, and what do you know? Open him up again, right onto the B point, but he's weak and has no help from top middle, so he's going to get dropped near on instantly.
Yeah, it's tough too, because if he's able to find that kill, the other 2 players from Ultra across the map working their side, so they would be forced to leave that. Now they can try control LAG's part of the map, and you kind of put them in this trap. Nice shots from Looters onto 1. Just playing slow though, knows there could be another one. Stun not gonna hit Joe as he continues. Just play that corner down low.
Yeah, the timing of this is gonna be tough, because yeah, he knows he might get pushed from his left as well.
Hello.
This is not the ideal scenario when you've got 40 seconds on the clock, and these are the type of fights you're having, and they continue to go the way of Ultra.
If there's one man that can do it.
It is Kismet, the Bulldog. Ruff, ruff. Okay, I thought he was going to get across that gap, at least pause it for a second, but CleanX's multi maybe nullifies the setup that they were about to get.
You could read it, Johnny.
And if they're able to trade out CleanX, probably have numbers to at least push forward and make a fight of this, but still maybe a chance. This will be your last chance, though. Got to get a body on this for the pause. Can Kiz be the hero? Well, he's going to slide out right onto a Simtex, unfortunately. Beautiful nade there. Last guy up is going to be Fellow, and he's not going to be able to do it. So can't bring it down to lives. Could get bodies on to make it a little more interesting down the stretch. Ultra able to hold on. But where are we at in ticks? Because is it 3-3?
3-3.
Okay. I blacked out. I couldn't remember how many Ultra got.
Wait, no, because he blew up on the. It was 2-3.
Oh, 2-3. You're right. I did black out. Yeah. 3-2. I was trying to remember how it ended. I'm like, why can't I remember? That was 2 minutes ago. I couldn't remember.
I'm the same way. It's okay.
Dude, sometimes I swear, like, we'll be casting, I try to remember the previous round, and I start remembering, like, a round from another game of casting. It's happened before. I'm like, why?
But honestly, the story there is just CleanX. I mean, there were multiple times when you had Kiz pushed up. He's just trying to make plays, but, like, CleanX
gets a multi?
Yeah, just did not let them out of the spawn.
Just running over top mid. Let's see if you can get a little better of an offense here from Toronto Ultra. Nice nade to at least maybe keep himself up. Nice shots. Now maybe some pressure applied here. You want to start to work them out, maybe start spawning them over at B and just get a body on A, and they'll do exactly that. The opening now for CleanX, and you pick apart this defensive setup and slowly as progresses with one body on it.
Yeah, it's a much better start, though, for Ultra than what we saw in the previous round. It wasn't until, like, the 30-second mark. I mean, so honestly, less than that when they had to get going. But already 2 takes. You have 2 players on it. You're controlling top middle with the ARs. Joe's right back to the point.
Beautiful.
They have a 4-life advantage, and now 2 minutes to work with.
Yeah, way better than that first round. Okay. Oh, and Joe Deceives still loose as a goose. Oh, now a dead goose. Beans trying to provide. He's just thinking, thinking he got that kill, thinking about the next one. He's having a rough one. 8 and 14 out of Beans in this. He's just still, dude, he's still traumatized from Kiz zapped him in the map too, I think.
Is that what happened? Nightmare fuel.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest definition.
I mean, he's doing it again.
That's the definition of someone getting nuked that I've ever seen. I swear. I gotta watch it back, but I don't think he got the first like 2 or 3 bullets. I swear he just exploded him.
Pop.
Nice stretch there from LAG. Maybe their chance to pen people in because the only person out is going to be Beans. Well, Beans provides though. From the staircase here, minute left to go. You can't really play just the lives game right now because, well, you're pretty much square, but the fact is you only have under a minute to go.
Yeah, and LAG, for the most part, they're pretty much just saying, go for the point. We're just going to continue to control top middle and then get the angles gone to that point if you put a player on it. So they're just winning all of the gunfights. Now maybe an opening. 2 gonna go down, the other 2 across the map. So you see all 3 Ultra players flying
haven't been on a trampoline in years.
Flying up and trying to get to good positions here. And while the timing from Clinics is brilliant, I think right as Johnny looks towards the staircase, Beans picks up the other one. Kiz tries to be the big-time player, able to get 1, but that'll be the last player now dropped in progress for Ultra. They've got, what, 3 bodies on it? Starting to move. First tick done. Second tick looming. Kleenex tucked away. Second tick is there as well. Inside just trying to hold the edge with the pistol. At least get some damage in. They trade out the kill, and that will be the round. No success in the opening offense with the second one. Fantastic from Ultra.
And you're right. It's all that timing with Kleenex, right? You have a 2-2 split. 2 players from LAG are off spawn. They're going to play the point. The other 2 are top middle. Just sort of waiting for those guys to get to the objective, get angles on it. But you're hoping for some trades, but that just doesn't happen. So then what happens, once you get 2 dead on the point, you're forced to move from your power spots. And you saw Kleenex just ready for Fellow on that flank. Then they have 3 players on it, round done.
Kleenex, you were highlighting the plays he was going to make on the defensive side, doing it here. I mean, I don't know. He's just, since the beginning, I feel like he's been just making plays in control. I was still all the way back to Cold War. Just some of the insane things he'd do on raid. He's got a brain for the mode and doing it here so far. Kiz trying to keep up the heater and maybe get his team to around 5, give him a chance to do it. And the difference if we go to round 5 would be that 1 tick advantage, that 3-2 we talked about earlier. If LAG can do this, they will get defense for that final round.
They're just buying time because everybody's playing for him. Everybody's
going to start to work the pinch. That was the issue last time on offense. Was the SMGs just in their base? He's going to back up. 2 ticks is in. Now you have the ARs looking over you. And Lunars. Well, it looks like that's going to be done. So
yeah,
pretty much same exact round, same exact start. But they're going to try to transition this a little bit quicker.
Oh my God! If Kiz stays alive there and also gets onto the point,
and guess who? Kleenex again.
Yeah, I mean he's weak and stuff, but like he gets there. That's insane. Johnny's hip fire.
I don't really know what just that was.
That looks so weird.
Kleenex.
I didn't even think he was shooting at first. I saw markers pop up.
I know.
Yeah, that looked insane, right?
He's still alive, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. Continue to move. Continue to groove. Now going to drop, but you still have bodies here. Kismet inside. Fellow holding top middle. Trying to stay alive and help. Not going to put his body on the point. Just going to be content with Lunars just frying them as they try to get to it. 1 more tick to go, and they've got the defense for the round 5. This has been
no way he's going to do it again, right?
A battle. Kleenex to be the hero. No, he's not going to do it because of
Give
course
him the
it's
Kiz.
Oh! Not a triple. I thought it was a triple.
Fellow's there. Fellow gets the last one, but he doesn't. He knows they're gonna spawn close.
A lot of lives though, Joe. There's 2 minutes left.
Hey, you never know.
I know. It's like I was getting all hyped over that sequence because it was insane. I looked at the clock. I'm like, oh, they got 10 lives. There's 2 minutes to go. Ooh. Okay, well, hold up.
So you put a spawn.
What the fuck are we doing?
Toby is just.
Who is Kismet think he is? Okay, he's been insane, but he just dove in and fried a chair.
I mean, Kleenex is up to 32.
For life advantage. 90 seconds.
It's a great read out of Kleenex.
Oh. Not going to find the opening there.
I just run the other way from number 8.
Away from
there
it,
we go.
He
ARs deal with it.
Yeah, let's get away from Kleenex.
Got him weak.
Still up 3 lives.
This is my spot right here. I love this.
Pressure really on Ultra here to close out the map.
This is a tough spot if you're Johnny Kiz. Pretty much, you're just getting ignored. So now do I back up? Do I get on the objective? Do I help my teammates? Always a tough spot. The good thing is his teammates are finding kills. If they don't find kills there, I mean, he just is in no man's land.
Well, I think, yeah, they get some kills. Also, when he gets on the objective, kind of leaves his teammates getting some kills. A couple players turn to maybe deal with him. And we're going round 5. All right. Defensive advantage for LAG, or is it an advantage? I don't know, because they both just won an offense. But map certainly has played a little more 50-50 since the change. We'll see. Will it be Kiz on one side? Will it be Kleenex on the other? This was the double that nearly saved the round. But what? It was Fellow got 2 right after that, right? It was like 4 straight players got like doubles.
Doubles?
Yeah. That was so funny because we were losing our minds. I literally looked at it, I'm like, oh God, there's still 2 minutes to play.
I think the difference here, like, can LAG just have a better break on defense? As you look at the last 2 rounds compared to the first 2, and it's just been you know, the offenses were able to get some mid-map control, work A quickly, have 2 minutes to work with. Can they stop that from happening if you're LAG?
And just some subs popping off at Brian. I mean, Kiz's numbers and like Joe and Kleenex both 30 plus. Taking routes, closing gaps, frustrating the ARs, I'm sure. Here's an example of it. You got Kismet in your face as you're trying to hold multiple angles.
It's a big one by Joe. He's just pausing the clock.
Where did Beans go?
He made some mistakes. But it may not matter if you're down 10 lives in the blink of an eye.
Well, he's one of those.
Oh my god, a corn for the ages.
He's one of them. Johnny is on 6 straight now. Nice little finesse. Great movement there. Can't quite get away with his life, but still.
This is exactly what you want if you're LAG.
So good. I mean, you've only lost 3 lives in this stretch. You scared Beans so much he fell off the map.
Do you have fast pinches? The fast pinch. We're not gonna.
The only good news is that Joe was on B for so long that there was 45 seconds remaining. Right? Because if not, you're looking at like 20 seconds or so.
He gets 2.
And maybe you get caught in desperation, but they're able to take their time, work up the map, now get into their setup. They have 2 players on A.
Well, one now. It's Kleenex, of course, just trying to stay alive. Some help comes in from stairs. Kleenex is finally going to drop, though. They're going to clear this. That second tick was so close to being done. Not going to be able to finish it now. And it's a big gunfight because there's not many people up top middle. Fact is, Lunars does a good job staying alive until the help is going to come in. It's from Johnny.
Inside flanks, though. Inside goes underground, pulls out a sub.
Oh,
hold on,
inside the super sub.
It's fine.
20.8 now. 4 lives up is LAG. Now some time, though, all of them, to make this happen. Extra minute is in. Kids maybe just going to think about the spawners.
How did he not bust the door there?
Just wonder where they went. Gets damage into a couple, but not able to finish anything yet. All right, you've already got that tick on B. You've got bodies there. Well, you had a body there. I think it was inside this. Went ahead and pushed up, but he is able to get a kill. Beans gets one with a stun, for God's sake, because Kiz is so weak.
Lives are so big here, though.
At least have him in map control. Like, they're trying to go. Ultra's trying to go. Like, they've had enough pressure. They're finding enough kills to get them out of their base, so they should have a chance at this. That's going to be 3 dead.
Gotta go. This is it. You just don't have a lot of lives. You got to take advantage of this situation.
They're finding kills.
Inside gets another one. Live differential to 3. Only 1 body on it. Make it 2 bodies on it. You've got a trophy there for coverage. Make it 3 on it. Make it another trophy for coverage. Here we go. Contest is in.
My God,
Massive
this game.
gunfights on the point. Ultra, despite being down in lives, are bringing it back. And this one's done unless Kiz can kill everybody, and he cannot. Ultra, get it done.
Troll.
By taking back-to-back offenses. And this is, for LAG, it's a frustrating couple of maps. Holy hell. I mean, yeah, you were down 5-1 in the surge. Like, you probably shouldn't have brought that back the way you did, but it's just the fact it's so close and you come up short. Then this one just so close, but come up short. It's been the story of the year. It has. But still, just because that map 1 was so impressive, and the fight here, like, I don't, just this series alone right now is giving me a little more faith in them to maybe, I don't know, maybe win a match at the major. Maybe not, but like, I believe more than I did yesterday.
No, you're not wrong. As well, I mean, Kleenex slows down and Joe just goes nuclear right there. He goes 39. I don't even know where that came from. He starts to match Kiz, but I just don't really know.
I think Kleenex were kind of toe-to-toe for most of it, honestly.
Yeah, but I just don't know what that last run. It was like 15-9. And I think Toronto just dealt with the players in their base well. They kept one up over towards B, and then it was just like 3 dead. They found 3 kills simultaneously, found the last one off spawn. And it's just a retake over towards B, which is not easy to do.
Well, I think they had a 3 dead that kind of got them, out of spawn, honestly. And then another one to follow it up. Suddenly, the live differential was gone. You got bodies onto it.
I'm going to try and rewatch
it. Had a great little timing and set them up for success in their first offensive victory. But Kleenex and Joe Deceives, we were talking about the 1-2 punch ability of them. We're so good here. This sequence was insane.
Yeah, it was.
This sequence was insane. People are just flying out like bats. Doubles all over the place. You believed in LAG for a moment, but now belief maybe dwindling.
Yeah, it was right around here. So you had one player pushed up. When Johnny was in their spawn, they must have just dealt with him quickly. Yeah, just this fight over. And then you kind of had a 2-2 split. 2 players went up top, 2 players went through middle, but Ultra, they were just covering all their bases.
Yeah, and if you didn't have a player in like their house window, like Kiz, maybe he pulls off something insane and kills like 2 or 3 there, because he might have found it, but he just got shot in the back. So there was no real chance for the hero play. Just gets one and then gets dropped. But it's been a weird one. It's a weird one in the sense we didn't expect it to be like this, in the sense the map 1 made not a whole lot of sense based on how good Ultra has been in the hard point.
Not photoshopped.
No, it's not photoshopped. And then the map 2 was, we thought a blowout for Ultra, up 5-1, but they can't close it out. Or they do close it out, but it ended up being really, really close. And then this one was amazing. So I don't know what this is going to be on the map 4.
This is entertaining.
Is it going to be, it's, okay, this is, Joe and I came into this like expecting just this is like an Ultra 3-0 and I'm gonna like fall asleep, but not actually. You know what I mean? Like this is gonna be a 3-0 of all 3-0s. It has been. It's been fun. It honestly has been fun. Kiz and Johnny, what they were able to do in the map 1. We've been talking about Kiz's series because he has been terrific, really across all game modes. But Johnny, right there up the bat with him. I mean, they just all of them honestly had solid numbers after map 1. You usually do when you win by 200 points.
Yeah, right from the get-go. Yeah, Johnny sort of set the pace. Then at the P1, then it was Kiz's turn at P2, using the AR, using the sub. But this should be a terrifying duo.
Well, I mean, that's what we hope. Yeah, had maybe the potential to be it. You know, the top of the show kind of talked about like SMG duos and where you're going to rank stuff, and I'm sure that fluctuates every week at times, but it's hard to put them up anywhere because they haven't found any success as a team. But it feels like when you see like 99Kiz and Johnny's potential, yeah, maybe some chances there. Kind of hope this team turns into something, or maybe you get the building blocks for the future. Ultra, though, they're going to be the ones now in the driver's seat, looking to take the hard point here. They've been terrific at hard point outside of this series, really. Looking to close it out on Vault.
And they've had some strong Vault hard points recently.
They have. No, I mean, they can be. Listen, usually when we cast them, I swear, you say this every time we cast them on this, it's like, dude, if Ultra like did this one thing differently, they'd be up 200. Like, you said that like every time we cast them on Vault, because it's like, I know one little hole they mess up, or one little thing falls short. It just feels like that was like the blowout moment.
I feel like I say that a lot of Vaults though too.
That's true. That's true. But I swear for Ultra, you say it quite a bit more, because they're just like a sliver away from being lights out. Kind of like we saw in the map 1 from LAG. Just put them away early, never give them a chance to breathe.
Yeah, a lot of the times that's just that P2.
Yeah, P2. I mean, it can be. God, it can be tough. It can. Even with the ideal setup, it can fall apart. Kleenex losing a couple teammates early, but popping, and I thought almost frying, but it takes too long to mantle. So that's gonna play win. Nice shots from Insight though with the pistol. Just clipping his wig as he tries to get safe.
Well, it just allows their teammates to get back. So what was looking like early time. Fellow Joe's maybe overchals a bit. Goes for the free fire. Insight able to take him down. Then they can reinforce. They have P2 spawns now up to 10 seconds. See how LAG start to move up the map.
Trying to move, look for an opening. It looks like they're finding them. All Kiz getting 2 will certainly help. Now, can they flip the map with about 10 seconds remaining? Now, it looks like all the spawns are going to come in safe towards the upcoming P2.
Kiz is fast on this. Yeah, Kleenex doesn't even expect the first one.
Where do the spawns come in now? That's me the question. Okay, one's going to be all the way deep out towards Art for Ultra.
Splits.
And it is a split. One's a little closer to mid. They're going to reinforce this pretty quickly. But, I mean, if you're supposed to be winning the fights of the 2 remaining players here, you might still have a chance to keep this a bit slippery. Just a one-on-one now. Still back spawns, though. Going to be here for Ultra.
I mean, honestly, props to Ultra for kind of containing that. The one player who spawns up close hits the back door, but he gets gunned right away. So then what ends up happening is the player that spawns out reinforces through the back. They get the close spawns. They have one player out towards the front, so great job by Toronto. Just the way they were kind of handling that situation.
Yeah, I mean, they had 2 spawning out. The 2 players had to hold for a while. Able to do it. Now building this lead. I mean, you already have almost as many points as you did in the map 1. Nice, dude. Joe Deceives is...
That's a good point.
He's feeling it right now. He's only 6-4, but I swear, just watch his movement and centering. Like, guy's twisted right now. Twisted. Twisted Johnny's face straight off his head.
That would hurt.
It sure would.
You have to be very strong for that.
I was picturing, like, Hannibal Lecter.
Okay.
Just cutting it off, wearing it as your own.
My gosh.
Why did they give me a mic? Oh, Joe Deceives up. Told you he was turned. I think he had 1 kill in a row when I said it. Now he's on 6. Absolute demon. As they continue to hold the P3. And one does slip through the cracks against Lunars. That's going to get through, though, towards Art. And the streak for Joe comes to an end.
Yeah, I think if there's not like 1 bullet through the wall there, that's probably another kill. That Spree's alive. You are starting to get some time if you're LAG. Fundamentally, though, Ultra in the spots they want to be in for this P4. CleanX just going to play it safe back all the way up.
Kiz still leading the way for his squad. He's done it throughout most of it. All right, opening now. This is your chance to do it, or is it? Because Joe Deceives, I told you, the guy is twisted. He gets 2. Silences maybe the moment you would have broken through. LAG not able to do it. Now it's going to be another rotation. Ultra are ahead on, and yeah, you get a solid hold here. What, up 100?
Are we going to have a repeat of map 1?
We might, Joe.
Just flipped?
A little flip revenge game. Nice shots there by CleanX. But the other side's going to be the fight. CleanX is going to try and get involved. It's Kiz. Of course, it's Kiz. It's maybe finding the opening. Dude, Kiz has been so good in this series. Now up to 12-9.
Yeah, he just plays his timing well, finds the first 2, waits for his teammate's side door, then knows the last player's going to challenge the back. At least we'll split the time, so very much keeps them in this game.
Yeah, instead of being down 100, you're being down like 20. That's a massive swing.
We're going to lose the final 10 or so. But you see what this does? So Ultra push up, look at number 2. Kiz actually spawns out, so he's just going to wait. He's going to wait and just kind of take his time. It looks like CleanX has an idea that this is a possibility, and that is just great map awareness, but you still get a kill if you're Kiz.
Yeah, I didn't think there was any chance he got a kill based on looking at the minimap and what CleanX was trying to do, but okay, Insight then follows it up with 3. Okay.
Dude, how Kiz is like always on a spree when he has an AR out. Insight is like always on a spree when he has a sub out.
No, honestly, it feels that way. I swear. You're like, all right, I get to play the different role for a second.
Yeah, both players are probably just like, yeah, this gun's a joke.
No, I'm sure.
The AR's a joke. The SMG's a joke.
Yes, that's the conversation all year round, 100%. Insight, though, he is having one. 18 and 10 out of him. Yeah, sub in hand. You know, we've kind of, yeah, it's kind of been a running joke throughout the years. He's been like a statue, right? He hasn't really moved much. But he gets this up in his hand on this title, and he'll get moving. It was Joe, though, back to it, that got 3 late in this hard point, and he's going to help set up the rotation for Ultra. But this does sort of feel similar to that conversation. It is Vault, but like, it is just a couple of moments from Ultra being up like 100 plus, right?
Yeah, no, it is. Here's another chance. Maybe they extend that lead, but you're going to have pressure right away. Insight gets cut down with the ARs trying to find anything that they can, but LAG just right through the front due to the help of Fellow and Lunars.
Stunned, but somehow still alive. Slide forward, slide backwards, get back to full. Joe Deceives still here and trying to battle. Puts it, I think, some shots from Johnny, and it needed through. They're able to take him out. So LAG, who are trying to make the run and rally. 20 seconds remaining on the hard point. Need this map win to get to a map 5. Communication needs to be pristine. Listen in with LAG.
Back order. There's a lobby already. Hey, lobby, close. 2 lobby. One lobby again. Left side. Pull the left, boys. One shot, goes on. Absolute. Then lobby again. We'll look for 1. He already went bold, I think. That's one house. I don't know where they're spawning. Look for Johnny, okay? Yeah, 1 spawned old. That's Johnny. He's top goal, bro. Don't catch. He's got an 8. He's still there. Take your time, Jim. We're spawning out. There's 2 in gold, 2 in gold. One's dirt, 1 front gold. I'm ready to kill Sky. One close. I'm going to take a right left. He's front, basically. He's open on me. Don't see him. Wait, open, now we kiss. And then when that close, go down. We can go close. I'm through left, right? You're good. Gonna go con to time brother, okay? Open up with Johnny. Against him, 1 mid. Johnny. I'm blocking. I'm running. I'm dead. We con. 3 front gold. There's still dubs, guys. One's plants. Go and credit me. Okay, I heard you. Is that Johnny? Nice, good shot. Fellow and Kiz. Can anyone get right cross? Yeah, I get the right. They're gonna play for right. Either. I'm not saying I'm vault. No, don't worry about it. I have dubs on now. One's on me. Put pressure on if you need to. One out of Coleman, you grab. No, one plant. One shot. That's plant. Nice, let's go. Look for Kiz. Back up to goal, get my right cross. I'm in the cross. There's 2 there. He's
He's one shot.
No worries, no worries.
Hey, we go front goal. I'm like one out.
Stop me. Look back, look back.
I'm looking back.
Scaff door. What's your really weak, Johnny?
Scaff door as well, bro. Hey, Scaff. It's on the Jeep, 2.
One
right there. One on the right. We have your front door.
Scaff door,
you know? Let's go back door. Back door. Two out, Scaff. One more. I don't see the other guy. Look for kids. Don't see him.
I told you it was LAG listening, and I absolutely lied. So since I'm a liar, we're going to give you a little double dip. Here's now the comms from LAG.
Nothing trying out old. One second. He's actually done.
White crate, clean up. Phoenix is gonna hit left. I'm trying to wrap. I will get left. Okay, I'm gonna hold your cat down. No. Inside. Okay, I'll get this.
No one has P3 though. I know. We're all here. Now I have a deep left pool. I pull. Soldier cat. I hear you. I can help cat. Stop single, Joe. Okay.
To you. One more you.
Nice. Joe is here as well.
You one shot.
Joe single.
Ran away line.
Alright, he's out of Joe. He's still top single. Okay.
I want P2, one's gonna be gun.
Top cat, absolute Joe.
Two of them.
Top cat. Money. Nice. Two cat. Really close.
I got real. He's cat still not telling.
Two top cat, one's money.
Catch him up. You. No, he's one shot open. Nice. Get out.
Con. One shot. I'm seeing money. One shot. Con. Money. Dead. Kleenex. Con.
I hear you.
Two Kleenex and beans.
I'm dead.
I send the left.
Nice. We can bang here.
I'm
landing here open.
Okay, could be close left. Nice. Get up.
Count one. Joey, top cat.
Okay.
No jump off.
Okay.
I can't shot. When you get time, bro. I'm one shot, bro.
Could be close. I'm gone.
Time.
Okay,
One
cat.
Money, bro.
Cat.
It's okay.
One ball. Money just holding. Trying to get time.
I'm about to hit the left.
Outer mini.
I'll play for the guy.
Yeah, I'm hitting left.
Top cat.
Money still one shot. I'm one shot. I'm making away, bro. He's close on me. He's front.
In the pool and top single.
Pull the time, one shot. And they're hitting cat on me. Close cat. P2 truck.
What's the truck cut?
Okay. I hear you. Yeah, it could hit our back.
Nothing.
Okay. I reeled down.
I'm about to shot. I got needed. You're good.
I'll be out of bomb. I'm on shot. Once it.
Truck cut.
I'm about to shot.
Deep elbow. Deep elbow.
I got one. Point dead.
Nice. Nice. I got shot. Yo, good fucking thing.
They're calming and they're making plays to get in. Unfortunately, still down 80. They're going to need a lot more moments like that.
Honestly, though, like comms-wise, from one of the first times we've heard them, just very...
It was solid.
Very, very solid. And that's a big part due to this man, Fellow. What he brings to the team, what he brings to the table. But they're staying in it. The problem is, they just lost, 2 P4s throughout this map. That's where Ultra has been controlling the map. They're right back in this sort of position. Jodeci is going to spawn behind them. He's going to have a free pinch on both.
Yeah, I was looking at the map. I'm like, he is popped right behind them, got a freebie, and now we'll see how things play out. Fellow's trying to cut the gap, get across towards a P4, maybe get better luck, but they got to get to the P4.
There's only a minute as well.
On the play clock, yeah, true. I even noticed that, so good call. Fellow gets in prime position and now disrupting the back line of Toronto Ultra. And he spawns him out. So that's an incredible play from Fellow. There's just still one player here to deal with, but he's flipped the map basically by himself. Well, now the inside's right next to you. Does inside make the play to counter this? He's making it for right now. And, oh God, everything Fellow did just got evaporated. Or did it?
Yes, the problem is, though, as well, like, they haven't been on the time, right? Like, Ultra, they're letting this go a little bit. You're going to have one more push towards the P4. There's going to be 3 players here. From LAG, they're able to find one, so you at least have some presence. But again, if it's messy, this does not benefit them at all.
Yeah, no, they need like an early setup where Ultra's not touching the point type scenario. And even if they do that, they're still not in the lead. And there's 30 seconds on the play clock. But how clean can this be? They need it desperately. Kleenex, though, trying to make it, well, messy enough. You need a Kleenex. Shooting some toes. Not finishing it, but the mess has begun. His teammates are in, and every second that Ultra earns, every second that the play clock ticks just makes this more improbable for LAG.
Yeah, it's like you had the players there. The problem was, though, Kleenex stayed alive in the back alongside Insight. That duo having a great little map here. Alongside Joe. Beans is just hanging out, and now he's watching the front cross, but they're able to break this P4.
Yeah, on 42. Just another one of those insane maps out of him. I mean, what was he? When we hopped to him, I say he was twisted. I think he was 5-4, by the way. 5-4. Ends on 44. A bomb out of Joe Deceives. a 3-1 victory for Toronto Ultra. Maybe this came out asleep in the map 1. Got to give some props to LAG, though. I mean, they played them tough, really, in the next 2 maps.
They were close to it. I mean, yeah, 2 round, control round away, S&D round away.
Yeah. I mean, the chance was there, but it's just LAG all year.
One of their better looks.
Yeah, no, I think that's the best thing.
We were talking about
at least like this unit, well, maybe the rest of the units.
I think TSM's going to look good on the game number 1 Solitude. I mean, that's a Halo 5
also
map.
on those
They got
2
a lot
bets that I did.
Practice in Halo 5. They're great players in that game, but did not show up there in that case.
Formal does not care about how good you were at Halo 5. He was a little busy during that time, but he is back, and he and the boys on Optic looked amazing there in Game 1. Solitude King of the Hill. Optic won up 1-0 here in the series, and we're going into Game 2. It's Aqua Slayer, and let's kick it off with the big dog himself. It's H4F.
Battling up towards Pink. Every death here is going to count in this one. And off the start, again, 2 members of TSM falling. All 4 members of Optic staying alive.
You're out.
You got Legend right in the front of their base. How are they going to pick that player off? And Talik going down. That's just going to be a few players going back and forth and at least able to give themselves some breathing room. At least taking off Legend and Renegade off. Crushed off small.
You get some breathing room, but a lot of people here, and I was going to say this camo play can be snowballs. They're able to take them down with maybe just a so you got at least put off the map, a much better solution than going down 1-0 in a hill game. 7-3 right now, 8-3. A big one from Soulsight there on the map. Get out and break a big time in this game until they get some map control themselves. It's not necessarily as efficiently as you would like, but it's not a blowout just
and there's something difficult to do when you have players off of Optic or just playing so hot on fire and forcing so much action. You don't know whether it's, hey, do we sit back and let them launch one of our traps, or we fight fire with fire and try to make our own aggressive pushes, play on our own game. Both are viable, but you just gotta choose one.
Yeah, easier said than done trying to fight fire with fire when the fire is Optic Gaming. The firepower on Optic Gaming continuing to prove strong, although a couple of kills in TSM's favor, reset the map, and now for the first time, maybe we have something to play with. Ron Bohr with Cherish now. He's got information
like 30
now.
and a half
Optic will be
at one
spawning
point,
pink
so
side. He's kind of on an island here. There is a player in his window, but needs to make sure he doesn't lose his shields too far, because here comes Optic Gaming into his base.
Yeah, just like that, Optic fighting off the bridge. Getting a couple picks, and that's 3 down for TSM. Druck gonna fight this 1-on-1, gets the reversal on the bound. That's gonna be huge to create a little space for his team, but Renegade Druck's also gonna be taken out.
Yeah, just still a 5-kill game, but moments like that you want TSM to be able to capitalize in when you get a certain number down. Camo's coming up in about 10 seconds. They actually lose numbers advantage, lose another camo. It's perfect power-up control so far throughout the series for Optic, and Renegade now a serious problem with his camo. It's a double. It's perfect shots from Renegade again.
Renegade's the fastest meleeer, I feel like. I feel like he goes into melee, looks connects back, and catches even the off guard. He's getting some of those situations where he's getting the melee traded back. And he's going to the next fight, half shield or more.
Definitely a quality to have. Definitely an enhanced quality that's on land. Even it's a buff, right? When I feel like when you're advancing with the melee on land, you get that extra additional opportunity to just quickly deal such a significant amount of damage. Renegade, obviously, at 8, 4, and 5.
Need days to 100-point club. Falcons.
Check your gear and weapons.
Or else
We'll be deploying
I'm out
shortly.
about $70.
Enemy soldier incoming.
You're dead.
Dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Playtime's over. Stand by for deployment Resurgence.
I hate these centered fucking ones, dude.
Survive to redeploy fallen teammates.
Always just goes to prison. I hate the prison.
Drop point for your squad soldier.
B's not in there.
Your squad is down. Stay alive.
I can't shoot. I couldn't shoot.
That one, but we'll get them back.
That shotgun. I thought that shotgun was gonna be damage. Every time I land on top of the building, nothing up there. I'm not doing that shit anymore. How do I vote, bro? I don't understand that shit. Should I plug in?
Welcome back to our continued coverage of the Daybreak Classic. Let's get down to the live play at the 6th. Oh dear, time to get the chipper back out. Sitting at 1 over, tied for 5th. Well, he wants to limit the damage here. If he can make this, it'll be a double bogey. Just 3 feet to the cup. And just a little bit of clean-up work remaining on this hole. Will Zalatoris currently sitting in the lead as we check the rest of the standings.
That dog will hunt.
Standing over his second shot.
This one's looking pretty good.
It's just about 3 feet away.
Little birdie looking here.
And it's a one-stroke par for our leader over the field. On the tee now with the par 4 8th.
Only the longest hitters are going to be able to find this green in 2, but if they want to keep it on this green, they're going to need a little bit of luck here because this green, no bunkers surrounding it, but there are very few flat spots around it. If you want to make birdie, you better have a keen short game.
This shot coming from around the 150-yard marker. Oh, that looked good in the air, and now looks great on the ground. And this putt to move into the top 10. And with that putt hold, it's back-to-back birdies.
Back-to-back birdies, moving the right direction there, Luke.
Always positive coming off a birdie. Let's see what happens here.
Yes, you got deep bunkers both front and back, and the green tends to chase towards them. Anything out to the right-hand side into a little safe zone is what I would call it. That's the play.
And now this, to get into a share of 6th on the leaderboard. Oh, just missed the birdie. That's a shame. This remains for a share of 9th spot on the leaderboard. Here we go, the 10th hole.
Just a long straightaway par 5, really not much to it off the tee. Second shot, you've got to be mindful to put your third shot in a good position to maximize spin so you can control what the golf ball does once it lands on this green.
Found the green side bunker. Looking for an up and down here. And that's safely on the surface, but still some work left with the putter. And he's down there. You got a read?
This has got loads of movement right to left, this one.
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
Now 6 strokes back after that hole. Hole number 11 is a par 4.
Your driver not really necessary off this hole. You just need to make sure you find the fairway. From there, you've got 2 bunkers on the left of the green protecting wayward shots and a third back right. This is another solid hole.
Good shot there. Our man on the ground, John, he's down there. What's the news?
Hey guys, I'm down here checking out Rose Zhang as she gets set for her next shot here on the 10th.
Always nice to have a birdie putt.
This to move into a tie with Rose Zhang.
And that should secure the par on this one. He's currently tied for 10th. Let's head to this lengthy par 4. This looks to be a fairway seeker to me. Well, there's some great new stars in the women's game, but Rose Zhang's really one of the brightest out there. She stepped right up onto the big stage early in her career, but she just seems to be going to another level right now.
Well, it was astonishing coming right out of the amateur game and winning so quickly her first start on the LPGA Tour. And that just doesn't happen. You know, who does that? I mean, a handful of players in the game have ever done that. And to watch her go out there and just kind of make that move seamlessly, that's only for world-class players, which is exactly what she is. I just can't wait to watch her progress and see exactly what her limit is, because right now I don't think she has one.
Well, that sets up a birdie putt, even if it is from long range. 19 feet to the cup.
If he can sink this, he'll pull ahead of Rose Zhang.
John, what's the line on this putt?
Well, I think this one's going to be going left to right.
Oh, he's put a pure stroke on that one. Yes! Well, that's certainly a step in the right direction. Keep it going. The 14th is a par 4.
Lay it back short of that fairway bunker with 3-wood or take it on with driver. If you take it on with driver, the second shot becomes much easier, and now a birdie opportunity really presents itself. Laying back with a 3-wood, find the center of the green, 2-putt, and get out of here.
And back to the play, shall we? Sitting at +1. It's beautiful. This putt for inside the top 5 on the leaderboard. Mark it down. That's 6 birdies today. I will take that. Also in the top 5 now. Hole number 15 is a par 3.
This green is so difficult. It sits above you just enough, and it doesn't look like there's anything there. You're hitting to a wall right in front of you, and all you can see is the golf ball disappearing in every direction other than right in the middle of this green. This is visually probably one of the difficult shots on this course.
I like the look of this. 1 under with a final few holes to go.
Oh, it's time to dig in and give it your all coming down the final few.
It's time to begin this par 4 hole. This player's got some lovely momentum coming off a birdie at the last.
Yeah, we're trying, and we've got 3 down. Brett is on the prowl for Abizi, looking for his last man up. Reddit dealt with it. P2 spawns. Good stuff. Vegas Falcons. Hard points yours. Whee! Oh, good stuff. The anti-air from Xnid. Sim doesn't even touch the point.
Doesn't get any better than this. Pred whipping out an extra AR. You have 3 or maybe 4 of all the Vegas players so far. And they've been able to dominate this P1, not allowing anyone from Atlanta FaZe to slip on by. But a couple kills now are starting to go their way. The break is able to come on in potentially for the final 15. But Vegas is more focused on just staying alive on this side of the map.
Yeah, right now. Pred's staying alive as well. 5. Then he makes it 6-0 alongside his sub-duo Xnid, who's found himself a 2 spree as well. Off to a fantastic start right now, Vegas Falcons. You handled FaZe brilliantly on P1. It seems to be the difference maker for a lot of teams, Jamie. If you can get a good P1 hold, get a lot of nice time out of that, it makes the pressure on that second point a little bit lighter. But for now, FaZe should have a clean break here. But Xnid says, no, man, thank you. Whoa, nearly gets the 3rd as well. That man is disgusting.
And Xnid finding that double gives his teammates opportunity with the map control that they already had to instantly be into the play. Even with Atlanta FaZe getting a couple players to spawn out towards the back still. But they win every single one-on-one. So the break is clean there for Falcons. Sending him off to a slow start. Abizi off to a slow start. You know the way that Vegas still play, though. They're just always in your grip, so you got to be prepared for these fights.
Yeah, being prepared is one thing, man. Actually winning it. Because these boys are pulling out the shenanigans. Individual prowess across the board. Oh, nearly. Priest is picking up a guy in the back door as well, so kills all over the place. FaZe finally got the nice kills, but 5 seconds is all they're going to get. Arstis is going to be here for the kitchen pressure. This doesn't look like he's hitting old, folks, but now Pred in the gym, not just getting a pump on, but trying to slow these players down. Abe, that's a lovely bit of work. Over towards time we go, and Xnid coming in from spawn. Sure, he's getting kills across the map. His teammates are finding the trades as well, and now you're in time.
Yeah, you're in the time, and all Atlanta FaZe is spawning right in front of you, so how do Atlanta try to set up on this break? You heard Ali say it on the dead so far in this stage. They are dead last in break percentage. It's actually crazy to say that about a squad like Atlanta. They need to be able to figure out, especially with players like the Tiny
Thank you. I'll take that. Better than thank you. At least he didn't get the kill.
Draza falls off the map.
Like, I'm
you
cool
find
with
2
this.
kills
Abizi
from the front, but the trade from Falcons too strong. They're always going to have the numbers.
Abizi's not necessarily getting shit on.
It doesn't work out for him. Xnid, 12 and 6. Can we get number 13 here? Nearly. Good shots in from Draz. The pieces are there for FaZe. Wow, what a break. Sim with a disgusting 2-piece gives you plenty of time to fight towards new. You don't get a lot of time on the old hard point, though. But right now, Redwood.
Oh, no.
A nice damage and a nice bit of team nade. Priest has got a big 2 kills ahead of him. Can he get them both? D-Dog cannot. Pred there for the trade, and another
he only gets one.
The
They keep spawns, and Priest only has to get one. That was the best it could have went out for me, because I need Falcons to just win.
One player from Atlanta already roaming through the top side of Plat. Abizi was able to sneak on through, but gets nothing done with it.
Pretty simple.
And right now, Atlanta just seems to be getting individually picked apart. You're going one
I don't think
by
Pred really ever left.
attempts, and this is not working. We need a team
I don't really think he was ever like that bad.
Here, surely. Oh no, he's pushed out at the slightly inopportune time. It's a 3-man hit through bedroom now. Over the top though, this is a great read from Pred. Finds himself in the bushes. Gets himself another big spree, mate. It's a 6 for the Thunder. 20 seconds to go on this point, Jay. And the Falcons are kicking ass.
Yeah, Atlanta haven't won a single rotation yet. They have been struggling on their breaking. And this is what the scoreline is currently looking like when none of those stuff are going your way. Again, you're able to break in for only 10 seconds.
Oh my God.
You did at P3, but this is allowing Vegas to consistently stay ahead of you in the game plan.
Yeah, game plan's going great, especially Pred, and that's the first
Pred,
1v1 we've seen him lose in quite some time. 14-9 for Xnit now as we've watched the kills roll up, and Vegas Falcons continuing to be a very, very strong hardpoint team. P-Dog still giving it positive vibes flowing in the kills department as well. Great moves on wave, shots are there, man over the top, but the pressure on the time is great. The team can all take it. You've done a fantastic job of breaking the back of FaZe there in the middle of the map, and that's your time, Falcons. Slam.
It's your time.
He's
it's
already
your
getting
side of
kills
the
again.
map as well over for the P2 rotation. 30
How's he
seconds
already
to
getting
the fight
kills
here.
again?
Atlanta just
He's
keep
getting
on
two.
getting picked one by one. They have not had a team.
He's gonna
clean,
challenge
a
this
team,
guy and
a
get
good
him.
Team push
All right, bet.
going in, but Simp open up with a double. Cellium finds one. He's off the map, and you already lose the numbers.
Like, we need to get time, guys. Like, let's we're
right
just
now.
drawing the game out.
Two
We're letting
members
people get kills.
of Atlanta FaZe killed by the Guardians, and now
P2 can only get 10 more.
P2 we go. Good news though, FaZe are the players here first. Bad news, you didn't kill Xnit. You had to kill him. And now the pressure is still there. He is in the corner, spotted out, and another big 1v1 win. Priest out from the front line. You got bodies in the point now. Falcons, look at these moves.
Yeah, and Simps to try to contest. He's gonna get deleted by Priesta. They are just running up the score, up by 100. Vegas. Let's go for listening.
Oh my god. I
Alright,
can't watch this anymore.
Go kitch. Yo, he's catch. One shot, Arik. He backed up fireplace. Behind it, yeah, he's nice. One down. I'm with the kitchen.
Actually, trolled my picks. I wanted to take the simp under. With the Priest under, and I want to take the BZ over with the Priest over. So in case my simp one missed, then the BZ one should hit, and I made the BZ one to make up what I put on the simp one. So I'd come out with my money back. You see what I'm saying? But I actually did them all for unders. So then I just, yeah. And I put big money on it. Time. Yeah. Priesta. Fucking stop. Take your time. That's fine. Second shot. Deep outer shot. BZ on top. One shot. And one shot. Hit the hill. Yeah, one shot. There's two shots. Jaws in front. Shit. Watch out. He's absolute. He's absolute as well. Alright, there's two that weak. No one. Alright, stand up. I'm out front. Shit! Last one. I'm back in. Okay, alright. I have a little bit. I'm a load. Two cuts. They can be bottom back, okay? I'm just holding back. I'm gonna get time. No one's simple. They're all going top, guys. I don't see Sim. One to load. Play your kills. Shit on. Let's go, not Priesta.
You're doing a crazy play. Stay alive. Make sure you walk. Guys, hold this time. Hold the fucking shit. Nice, good shit. Simple last guy.
This is doable.
I have a little kitchen, you heard? I heard that. They're gonna go P1.
This is doable for me.
Yeah, kitchen the BZ's. Going left. No, he's going left. They're gonna hit front. Yeah. Watch my road.
Oh, no. He can only get 3 more. Oh, thank God. This is crazy. Yeah, just sit in time. Kill him. Yes.
It's not over yet, Jay. We have not thrown in the towel.
It might be
FaZe, but we're getting close.
Yep. Atlanta fans are getting shit on. You heard it in the comms there. Vegas are doing whatever they want. They're winning every single rotation. They're shutting on their first wave of the break attempt on the side of Atlanta. And they're also getting gunned to shreds. Prez is just doing whatever he wants. Xnit is doing whatever he wants. Just give it a 19 points. Let's move on to map 2.
Yep, sending it in time. Fred there.
No.
in time. Getting it all done.
Yes.
And that is Daddy Alec on the flank.
Spawn kill. No, win that.
Pistol out. Sun nearly brings down a BZ as well. Final 10 here on Skyline.
Yes.
And P-Dog is ripping bullets.
He can't get any more.
And Cellium has decided to get himself
He can't
involved
get
in
any
a big way, but regardless, it is very much still a long
They need to get
journey
this
back
time.
here for FaZe.
Yeah, Shout out to MC trying to earn me at least a couple fantasy points. Trying to bring me back here, soaking up some hill time. Finally Atlanta gonna win a rotation over towards the money hill. But how easy is this break attack gonna come in for Vegas? Because Priest already clears out 2 kills through the middle of the map. They're already in your face. It's a 4v4. You gotta hold.
Yeah, Vegas have been so lethal on the approach. And another clean and efficient break. aBeZy now to save the map. Can't get it done. Vegas Falcons beat the brakes off of FaZe in map 1.
Oh my
God, that was not even close. I
done.
think if you're any other teams in the CDL, yeah, every time we play in Vegas Falcons, we are not playing them on Skyline. They have that on lock, dominated off the rotations. First wave attempt when they need to be fully set up when they are shutting down that first break attempt on the side of Atlanta
This player's
FaZe.
been making
Nobody was
some moves
winning
on the leaderboard,
gunfights.
Rich.
You're consistently
grinding it
playing
out
from the
out
back
there,
foot.
slowly but
And
surely
that's
moving up
just
that
not what you
leaderboard.
want. Going into a match that's very important, because if you start off 1-3, you might be in losers bracket Atlanta. You got to turn up.
I mean, the Church of Clayster, Sermon is in
Opting
session.
for the
These
3-wood.
boys are roaring.
You love watching people
If
play
there's
the game
one
where it's
thing
like this. It
picked
looks
up
so
Coach
easy.
Clay, it's shout
Dare
that
I
after
say,
every
Luke,
big kill.
this
Do not let
player
that
has
energy
been
go.
in
Keep that
fuego
adrenaline
with his
high,
approach
and
shots.
35 and 19,
Another green
just shy
ring.
of 4k damage, 20 man non
And that's 8
I
bodies
think his
today.
highest screen was 9.
And
It
that'll
was a 7
move
or
him
9.
to
It was
2 under
it was
par.
huge. It was absolutely huge.
Here we
Keen
are
X
at the
glory.
17th
Highlights,
tee.
folks. A lot of
People
screaming
talk
in this
about
one. Obviously,
Payne
listening was
Stewart's
extremely
winning putt on the
exciting. I
18th
worry,
hole
though,
back in
because, this is only
1999, but the
this is
swing
only
that
a 5
he
game
made on
series.
17 that year is the one that every player should envision when they stand on this tee box. It was beautiful. It was artwork. It was poetry in motion. It's how you should swing the golf club. This is the only image in my mind when I play this beautiful par 3.
You gotta take care of
He's
yourself.
going quite
These
well here
boys are
at
ripping
third
it all
on the
match long.
leaderboard.
Yeah,
On the final tee, and he's just 2 shots off the lead. Needs to make this
for his
count.
shit dog. You best believe that the
Left
energy
nothing in the
is
tank
always
on that
gonna be
one. That was
very
pummeled.
high. But that is a good way to
His
start up the
second
series
shot
now
here.
if you're Falcons. Because
Just a
they're
couple back
struggling
from our leader.
recently in search and destroy. Just like Atlanta FaZe though on the other end. We got to do something about this HP game. When you have this much talent on the lineup, and all season long you've always been a team early off the rotations, when that's not going your way and this is how your hardpoint game is going to look, nah, we got a lot of work to do before we get to Major 3. Just not enough time.
Yeah, not a lot of time. But a great time there from the Falcons.
Look at the
Another
line on this
fantastic
one.
hardpoint
Get in the
goes their
hole.
way. And smooth
Okay,
sailing.
good opportunity here.
Really
Love to
smooth
finish the day
sailing
with the
through
bill.
the entire
He's done a good
set.
job in
Nearly
the clubhouse
perfect
in
pace set
second
by them
place.
there.
2 shots off the
That's
lead.
exactly what you want for the
And
Vegas
he'll be glued to
Falcons.
the TV and from the
As these
clubhouse as the
discarded
leaders trying to close out
champions
their
have come
round.
together to form something quite special. Now we've got to keep that special going though, Jay, and a very different brand of special here in Search and Destroy on Dealership. What are we looking for here? We're looking for a very, very hot game, like fast flanks. We need
Well, Rich, that looked like that was going to be an epic comeback, but in the end, this wasn't meant to be.
A little bit shy at the very end, but I got to say, quite the effort.
Maybe not on Dealership because they only have one
Well,
rep
that just
on it.
about
They went all
concludes
the way
our
to around
coverage
11,
on
really
behalf
couldn't
of
figure
Rich
out their
Beam.
success
I'm Luke
on the
Helvey.
attacking
Thanks for
side, and
tuning
the same
in.
thing could be
We'll
said
see you
on the
tomorrow.
opposite side for Vegas. You have 2 reps on it. You played against Miami. You go to a round 11. You really couldn't find a lot of success on your attacking round. So that's truly going to be the difference to who's going to walk away with this S&D, who's going to be able to win successful post plans, who's going to be able to stop retakes on their defenses, which is going to be easier on both ends. But the offensive strategies are what's going to stand out on both sides.
Well, let's quickly look at the standings, folks, before we get into the match. Of course, this is 8th and 9th so far in our standings in the run-up towards Major 3 winners bracket. They can taste it ever so close, and God only knows, FaZe doesn't go their way in this series, and anything is possible. The desk may have predicted a AF across the board. But it is anything but easy right now after the Falcons take map number 1. Still anyone's match. Search and Destroy could be a wild one, but a victory over FaZe for the Falcons, and yes, I am absolutely...
Oh, Optic 3 OTSM in losers round 1. No,
We're headed to the
they
war
lost
zone. Get geared up.
Shopify and then
Stand by.
3 OTSM. No. They lost to Shopify in winners round 1.
Enemy soldier incoming.
think.
Waypoint mark. Move.
Resurgence. Survive and your team can redeploy.
We're gonna land on the roof. Is that what we're gonna do?
Targets to bring them back faster. All right, Doctor. Mark the drop point for this quarter. Go get off.
I'm landing on the top roof. She's cracked.
Enemy UAV is online. Enemy soldier incoming.
I just flew in unders.
Enemy UAV overhead.
I'm hit. They got me. Hey, don't frag me. I got you.
Down to you, soldier. Stay sharp. You have reinforcements inbound. Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your TAC map. Get hunting.
There's also a team right here.
Head for indicated location.
He's on there on top of that roof.
Enemy dropping into the AO. Located the rest of them. Hostile UAV in the area. Your squad made it to the safe zone. You're losing ground. Move it. 25 remain. Solid work so far.
There's a HDR down.
Smoke our rounds here.
Gonna go roof. Somebody right here.
Setting waypoint.
I just fell down again, bro. Fuck. There's some behind us, 2 gauge. Might. Oh.
Not this time.
Just jumped in the.
10 squads active in the field.
Back.
You've got a loadout drop inbound. Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your TAC map. Get hunting.
I'm in the water, bro.
Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy UAV is online. dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Down him. Right above me. Just dropped. Alright, this guy might be cheating. Alright, just forgot, you can hear everything.
You're almost done here. 5 squads still operating.
Except I can't hear him.
Valiant effort. Keep your head up and return to base to debrief.
I don't know. I don't hear anything. No, I'm not in the game. Should I post one or no? Oh, I'm broke on price picks, so usually I've got two on the lineups. Map 4. Need Pred with 29 and a BZ with 27. It's red card. Thinking that's gonna hit. Feeling pretty good about that. Tomorrow I've got an F1. I need Max Verstappen's first pit stop time to be under 2.55 seconds. Albon's to be under 2.8. Gasly's to be under 2.8. Antonelli's under 2.65, and I need Doohan's to be over 2.65. So I'm thinking he's gonna have some damage because him and Antonelli are rookies. But Antonelli's actually been pretty good, and Doohan has been okay himself, but has had his struggles. I think he's starting from the back. I think he's gonna try and be making something happen. He's gonna get a little damage, maybe a penalty. I don't know.
Check weapons and gear. We're holding for deployment.
Yeah.
Enemy dropping into the AO. Stand by for deployment. Resurgence. Stay alive to keep the squad in line. Drop one for your squad and hit the field. You're the last one standing, soldier.
I'm bleeding.
Survive until your squad can redeploy.
Did it myself.